Ooh, what's up, Internet? My name's Nerdy.
And I'm Claru.
And this is Book Club. The Nerdy.
The Wordy.
The Book Club.
The Book Club. There is one.
The Book. That's right. Only
Yeah.
Book Club. We are here to talk about the Lost Metal from chapter 57 to the dang old end of the book. We finished another one.
We did. Hey, crushed it. Let's go.
Go team. Hashtag Cosmere Challenge.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you've been following me in the hashtag... Wait, why is this... No, that's wrong. There we go. No. A little white line on the side. Gross. We need to paint it black. What's up, everybody? We don't have chat open. Oops.
Oh, wow. How dare you. Can't see you, chat, but I know you're there. How we doing? Oh, God.
Yeah, how's everybody?
How we doing? How do we feel about the book?
We can't see if they're answering us.
No one's here. It's empty.
Probably. Come on. Oh my god. We're on fucking diet. We're dialed in. What's going on? There we go. Hey everybody. Alec. Thank you for posting my mustache. The mustache will return soon, everyone. Oh. The mustache is coming back.
Yeah.
I'm sad about it. I like my beard, but
it'll be there for a while. Don't worry.
No, it's gonna be gone for a while. It's gonna take a while to grow it back.
No, I mean like you're not cutting it soon.
Yeah.
How soon? Okay,
Flowers
sure.
doesn't know. Good morning, everyone. This is The Last Metal, chapters 57 to the end. We are talking about a book that I think is very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely got some weirdnesses. And I think that Mistborn Era 2 as a whole has some weirdnesses.
Sure.
But I really enjoyed this one.
Oh, yeah, me too. Yeah, love the book.
Yeah, I think ultimately it might be my favorite of the Era 2 books.
Yep.
Alloy of Law was really good. I enjoyed it.
You know what? I'm gonna agree with that. But yeah, I think it is.
I don't want to declare that until full book recap, but for now, I'm putting this up right up there for the Mistborn Era 2 books.
Mistborn Era 2. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Speaking of full book recap, that will be from sunny Los Angeles next week. So we're gonna just. We're gonna do our best to do it. If there's some weird Wi-Fi stuff, we apologize if it's not in 4K high definition. You're just gonna have to deal with it because it'll probably just be from a phone, but it'll be fun.
No. I'm gonna bring the shores.
Okay.
Yeah.
For camera.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Oh, got you, chat.
Oh, sure. Okay.
We're gonna bring the gaming laptop. It's gonna be okay.
Great.
Skipcat says I'm going back to Mustache Nerdy for spooky Halloween month. No, actually. Post-Halloween. It'll be post-Halloween.
Yeah.
I'll be bearded. Well, it depends on what we want to do for Halloween costumes, but...
What are we possibly gonna have time for?
I don't know.
For Halloween costumes.
No clue. Trying to figure that out.
Love it.
We'll talk about it later.
Awesome.
Sorry.
Good morning, Chad. How are you? Yeah, sorry. Construction.
There's so much dust in this room.
It's a little rough.
I'm like, do we just go get a hotel for a month?
Fuck, no, God.
I know, I just don't like the feeling in my chest at the moment. I know it'll pass, but...
Yeah, it's very dusty, and it's fine. We're gonna survive. We're gonna have a cool bathroom. We're gonna have a functional closet. It's gonna be great.
Hell yeah. Let's talk quickly about some housekeeping. The first is we have a sponsor for today's episode. Not a financial sponsor. We're just dedicating our sponsor segment to... Power Word Meal.
Hell yeah.
That's right. If you go down into the link in the description below our faces, you can help us raise money. And really D&D Shorts. Our good friend D&D Shorts, incredible YouTuber, TikToker, all of the content peoples, has brought the TTRPG community together to raise not money, but meals. Every donation to Power Word Meal allows you to feed a family somewhere in the world that is in need. And thus far, we've raised over 314,000 meals.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
That's wild. Actually, you know what? That was last night. I'm going to click on this. I'm going to click on the link myself right now.
Oh.
I want to see where we're actually at. Okay, chat, we're doing this live. We're doing it live. Click.
Meal share.
Share the meal is powering this. We're at 344,000 meals out of 350,000 meals goal. So we need to get another 5,739 meals. Yep, that's math. In as fast as possible. So click on that link. Go check it out. Our incredible friend D&D Shorts is doing such cool work with the charities over on his channel and bringing everyone together for this. It has been cool to be a part of it, and I think that you should all go check it out. I know that we have.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's our sponsor today.
Crushed it.
We really like to take sponsors that do not financially benefit us in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah. That was like the most normal ad read I think you've ever done on this show.
I don't want to make jokes about...
I know.
You know what I mean? Like,
no, I know. I'm just saying.
I know that we usually do like funny ad reads, but I don't really want to make jokes when it's like people are starving. Yeah. I think we can take that seriously.
Oh, 100%.
I don't take a lot seriously, but like people in the world do need food and we have food, so we should help them have food.
Yeah. We do not take anime girl thighs seriously, but we take helping out people in need very seriously. Mm-hmm. You got an altitude coffee?
I did, yeah.
Nice.
It's very tasty.
Love that for
Wanted
you.
something iced.
Oh?
I'm feeling those fall vibes.
Wouldn't fall vibes be like warm, cozy drink?
The only warm, cozy drink I like... This is bad. The only warm, cozy drink I like is a peppermint mocha.
That's not true. You also like apple cider and hot chocolate.
Those are not morning drinks. Those are dessert drinks. I'm not rocking up.
And a peppermint mocha is not a dessert drink?
A, it has caffeine in it. Uh-huh. B, you're right. C, apple cider is just a blast of sugar in the morning with no caffeine.
It's like drinking apple or orange juice in the morning.
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's different.
Sure.
Because it's hot.
Because it has like cinnamon and shit in it.
Yeah.
Sure.
The ad read wasn't bonkers, but everything after was. Okay, we also have another big announcement that I'm very excited about.
Oh. Fine.
Holy shit. This arrived, finally.
It's a big announcement.
This arrived, finally.
Can anyone guess what this is?
Can anyone guess what this
Can anyone
box
guess?
that is larger than my chest is?
Yeah, you get one guess.
What do y'all think? This weighs, according to UPS, Canpar, this weighs 21 pounds.
Yeah. Chat guessed it.
This weighs 21 pounds, chat.
Yeah.
Which is wild because it's mini. It's like Stormlight minis. They're right. It's the Stormlight RPG. Yeah.
Don't show the label.
Why? It's got our fucking...
it's like the...
P.O. box.
Yeah, right. It doesn't matter. Nothing...
Holy shit.
...is in the 20-pound box. And we're gonna open that nothing on the channel.
That'll be on the Roleplay Relay. So if you want to follow along and see the unboxing of the Stormlight RPG, we got, I think, everything. So you will be able to see so much. It's not. We did not get the books.
Okay.
We got the minis. You will be able to see that over on the Roleplay Relay YouTube channel this weekend. I'm hoping to have it up tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Jared Poulter says, I probably shouldn't abbreviate the Stormlight Archive to SA. You probably shouldn't.
A lot of people do, actually.
I know, but calling it the Sexual Assault RPG is just not great.
Yeah, but there are literally so many things that have, like, the same first letters.
I know, but considering SL is right there, or SLA, I think SLA is good.
Oh, okay,
No one sees SLA and is like, sexual light assault?
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah.
SLA makes sense.
SLA.
Yeah.
It's the SLA RPG that they're calling the Cosmere RPG that I would contend is not the Cosmere RPG, but we can get into that in a different video.
Great, love
Shall we talk about the Lost Metal?
Yeah, let's do it.
I realize I don't have my notes up.
How dare you? I'm like trying to remember like the literal number chapter that we started at.
We started on 57.
Hell yeah.
Clarence, how did you feel about the reading this week?
It was a good time. It was heavy. There were certain chapters that, again, I was surprised were not reaction chapters.
Yeah.
Because like I have to say, like the action in this book, especially the second half, has been just incredible. Like genuinely fantastic. And it was an emotional ride. It had really great fights, action stuff. It had good reveals. It, I think, set things up for the future. Like, there was so much good about this section of the reading.
No, I completely agree. I really liked it. I think for me, the way in which this book tied Era 1 and the first book of this series together was really strong.
Yeah.
And I don't know that Mistborn Era 2 as an era necessarily works in my head. I don't really know that it is the best, like, saga of, you know, it feels a little bit Star Wars sequels-y to me, where it is sort of a, like, and then we did this in the second one, and so in the third one we're gonna, this is our response to the second one, I guess.
Yeah.
And so it does sort of have a like 7, 8, 9 Star Wars feel. But I'm someone who likes 7, 8, 9. And I do think that I like this, even though I don't think it's ever going to be my favorite of his writing.
Yeah.
I do think that some of my favorite action sequences from Brandon Sanderson are in this book. And I do think that some of his really, like, really good emotional writing is here. I cried about Wayne, a character that I did not like prior to this book. And that I came to like quite a bit through the way that he kind of rehabbed that character throughout The Lost Metal. And I thought very successfully changed my opinion of the character and brought me to the end of it in a way that I was genuinely very moved by his ending.
Yeah, and it was satisfying.
Yeah, especially because he doesn't live.
Yeah.
You know, no, but actually though, like the reality is that this is why I like when characters die, because it has meaning.
Yeah, exactly.
And when characters do stuff like this and then live, I find it incredibly frustrating because it destroys that meaning. Yeah. Then there was no point in spending all the time. One Piece used to be really bad for this in like the 100 to 300 episode range. And then I would say like it's the reason why Words of Radiance isn't my favorite Cosmere book. Yeah. Right? It's the thing that holds back Words of Radiance for me. That it just all of the combat feels superfluous because everyone is just okay at the end. Right. And by having the ending here, by putting a stamp on it, you've made it so much stronger. Because if he was like, oh, well, I was a Mistborn, so I got out. Yeah. I would have been like, fuck you. Why did I read this? What was the point? Yeah. I'm not happy he's alive. I don't care about the book anymore. Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't feel joy at characters escaping deaths that they should be assured. I feel cheated out of the emotional experience that I went through. Right, yeah. And so here, like, I just thought he handled it perfectly. And it was beautiful, and the way that it connected Sazed and how Sazed felt about his friends from Era 1. Yeah. Sazed being like, yeah, you're the best because my friends didn't do anything like this. Yeah, exactly. Was very sweet. Yeah. And I don't know.
How can I spin this to satisfy what Wayne needs to hear and also tell the truth?
Yeah.
Judah, welcome back to the Nerds Are Radiant. Kelsier's epilogue scares the shit out of me. Yeah, Kelsier is definitely the villain in Era 3. 100%.
I don't know why you think
that. Because he is doing the thing where he's living long enough to become the villain.
I don't understand what about the epilogue makes you think that that's the case.
Because he's terrified for his planet, he is going to make bad and rash decisions. And we already know that there are Ghostbloods that are like out of hand on other planets. And he's going to become more desperate, more aggressive.
Sure, but he doesn't actually ask for, like... He doesn't ask for weapons, right? He asks Sazed for the advanced knowledge that other civilizations are getting.
Yeah, he's like, hey, like, other people are ahead of us. And Sazed's like, yeah, you kind of have to figure it on your own. If I do this, there are consequences and that you don't know, you don't understand, and you can't see.
Right,
and
but Kelsier's rebuttal isn't that the consequences don't matter. Kelsier's rebuttal is, yeah, the consequences are that the other gods are doing this, and if you don't, we're gonna die. Kelsier's rebuttal isn't like, I don't care about consequences. Kelsier's rebuttal is, we have evidence that the other gods are doing the thing, and if you don't do it, we're just fucked. Mm-hmm. That's not him being a villain.
He can't know that, though.
Yes, he can. They have evidence that it is currently happening on this, that it has been happening on this planet for the last 7 years. No, that's what the whole plot of Era 2 is.
No. I said okay, calm down. I said there's no evidence that, like, that the whole rest of the Cosmere is gonna fucking come attack them and that, like, they're not gonna be ready for it. They have no idea what the timeline for this is.
That is the plot of this era. That literally just happened. That is what yes, Kelsier has evidence for that because that is what just happened.
Yeah, and autonomy is like, you did it for now, good job, and like fucks off.
Yeah, for now.
Yeah.
What, you think she's gonna fuck off and not try again?
No, but people can progress on their own. Giving people... Look, if you give a kid all the answers...
That is a wild... It is wild to be like, hey, one god, we beat one god, so all of the other gods will just, I guess, not do what they're doing.
If you give a kid all the answers, they're never going to learn how to figure it out for themselves.
I know. I understand that. But that's not what's happening.
Nerdy wants the easy way out.
I can't believe how wrong you are here, and how, like...
Wow.
How, like...
So you agree
clever
with
you think you are
Kelsier
about
over
it.
Sazed?
Sazed is being pulled by his worst impulse, which is his darker side, which is the stronger side of him.
How do you know?
Because the book said so.
What do you mean?
The book said ruin has always been stronger than preservation.
Yeah,
it's just in the text,
paralyzed
man.
by indecision.
No,
not
ruin is
overtaking.
Ruin is overtaking harmony because ruin is stronger, and the longer this goes on, ruin is going to be doing more bad than harmony is, or preservation is going to be able to do it good. That is what the epilogue is about, is the fact that Ruin is pulling Sazed in a darker direction, and that he's not actually harmony. He's closer to... I don't know what a word would be. They use discord in this book, right? About Sazed. He's like, his god name should be Discord. Because Ruin is stronger, and so he's being tugged away from goodness, because the stronger side of him is his darker side, which is why there's this shadow that's starting to follow him around everywhere.
Yeah, and if
Kelsier is deeply concerned about the fact that the bad god that they all died to fight
but
300 years ago is getting stronger.
Kelsier is literally like, maybe the set was right to kidnap these people, kill them, put them in the underground, and tell them that the world had ended, manipulate them, and kind of weirdly probably force them to breed. Like, Kelsier's like, yeah, but maybe the set had a good point. Like, that is not concerning to you at all?
I am concerned that that's your takeaway from their conversation.
He says it in his head.
It is one thing to believe that the set had some ideas about how to build up an army of Allomancers, while saying that the method they went about doing it was wrong.
But he's like, would I have done the same thing? I don't know, maybe. Sometimes you gotta break a few bones to whatever. Like, he literally is like, yeah, sometimes you gotta kill a few people, I guess. Like...
I just think that you taking away him being like, maybe working on finding better ways to do hemalurgy is, especially considering that we know now that you can do hemalurgy without killing people.
Yeah, you just steal their souls. It's fine. Really casual, super easy, barely an inconvenience.
I just think that you're so focused on Kel that you missed everything else.
I didn't miss it. I'm worried about Sazed. If he doesn't figure this
I'm way more worried about Ruin because I know what Ruin wants to do, and it's so bad.
Yeah, but we've seen what Ruin is capable of.
Yeah.
We haven't seen what God Mistborn Kelsier is capable of, so...
Yes, and Sazed, Ruin... I don't know if you remember Mistborn Era 1, but it was 1,000 years of global slavery where everyone choked on ash all the time. It was a nightmare.
That's what the set wants.
No, actually, it's not.
Global slavery where they breed Allomancers and steal their souls to make Mistborn and have more powerful people so that the people under them have to lift them up.
That is what the other evil god wants. The evil gods are the problem. I feel crazy. Yes, if one evil god is bad and another evil god is bad, then maybe both evil gods are bad.
And maybe Kelsier, condoning what the set did is problematic.
It's not what he didn't condone what they did.
He's like, maybe they had a point, actually.
That's not what he said. I feel like you didn't read the book.
I literally just re-listened to it. Like just downstairs.
This is insanity. This is the craziest argument we've ever had.
I just re-listened to it.
I understand that you I understand that you listen to it. I don't know that you I don't know that I understand your interpretation of it.
Chat, does Kelsier say maybe what the set did was right? Like, he considers it. He's like, well, sometimes you gotta fuck a few people up for the greater good. Like, that is literally what he thinks in his own head.
Yes, but he doesn't say, like, we should kidnap people and keep them underground and breed them.
But that's what the set did.
Again, you can think that somebody's goal of getting more Allomancers and focusing your resources on the long-term number of Allomancers on the planet is good, while going, the methods through which they did that are wrong.
But he doesn't say the methods in which they did that are wrong.
Well, then we're just going to have to disagree about that. If you think that Kelsier's going to be the bad guy in Mistborn Era 3 Ghostbloods, the leader of the Ghostbloods, I will be very surprised. Also, if Kelsier becomes the bad guy, I think that will suck. I think it will suck for the Cosmere.
It's exactly what we predicted in Mistborn Era 1.
I know, but then it didn't happen. And it didn't happen.
But it can happen because he's alive.
I know, but I don't know, man. I just think that if we have to sit and watch the hero of Mistborn Era 1 become a slaver, it's just gonna be it just
Vin
sucks.
is the hero of Mistborn Era 1.
Well, Vin is the hero who like does everything, but he is the martyr who died for all of this to happen, right? I don't know that I want to watch the like freedom fighter Kelsier just become everything he hates. For what?
That's why I'm concerned.
Yeah. Judah, thank you for that super chat. To be clear, Sazed and Kelsier terrify me. Sazed's dark side is the powers continue to fight within him, and Kelsier willing to go far to protect.
Yeah, they're both going to be an issue. Hang on, we missed.
What?
Go up. Ignotus, welcome to the Nerds Radiant as well. Super appreciate that. Sorry.
Thank you, Ignotus.
In the middle of a deep conversation.
Judah Can is there. Thank you for that super chat. Sazed and Kel effectively threaten each other. I disagree with that. I don't think Sazed can threaten anyone because I don't think Sazed can do anything right now.
Well, it is interesting the point that Marsh makes about Marsh, Kelsier, and Sazed being like three legs of a tripod. But I actually do worry that Kelsier and Sazed might end up bringing out the worst in one another. Just because of circumstance.
I just don't... I think that the worst in Sazed is going to come out regardless of Kelsier. I don't think Sazed has a choice to be the best version of himself. Maybe. I just don't think he does. Ruin is the stronger side of him. He doesn't have a choice in any of this. He's going to become evil. It's just going to take time. How long are you willing to wait for Sazed to become the evil god again? It is the question Kelsier is grappling with. Because it's already happening, right? And in the meantime, Sazed can't act to stop other evil gods from coming through and destroying his planet. Sazed is effectively right now he is he is useless, and he is a useless being that is going to become a problematic being. And that is a massive problem.
I mean, there might be a way to deal with it.
Sazed's method of us getting through Mistborn Era 2 is to emotionally torture a man and force him to do the worst shit imaginable so that he is in the right place, so that his nightmare of a best friend can be there to die to save the world at the very last second.
What do you mean makes him do the worst shit imaginable?
Sazed makes Wax hunt down the love of his life who he lied about being dead. Kelsier has to watch her die once and then come back, and then he has to kill her a second time. That's the worst shit imaginable.
Sure,
if God told me that I had to hunt you down and kill you, that would be the worst possible thing somebody could do to me on this planet.
Yeah, I just think that he did not know that Lessie was going to go evil, because Wax is kind of the one person, the one avatar that he has in this place. And so if it's not Wax, then who the fuck is gonna do it? He's already invested in Wax.
I understand.
By the time Lessie turns.
Completely understand. I completely understand that. The idea that God can only have one avatar is very flawed to me. Sazed chose that. And Sazed chose poorly. Kelsier calls him out on his shit. He's like, it's amazing that Wax was able to do anything given what you did 7 years ago. Yeah. That shit was... Even Kelsier is like, Sazed, that was fucking nuts, man.
Yeah, and it is.
I know, but you're going, what was the worst shit imaginable about that? And I'm like, it's so obvious what the worst shit imaginable about that was. It was a fucking nightmare.
I wanted to clarify what you were referring to.
Victor Sada, thank you for that super chat. To be clear, from Era 1, preservation gave humans sapience, creating an imbalance. ATM was made to bring a balance, but it no longer exists, so ruin is stronger. I don't really understand that the idea that preservation gave humans sapience is weird because humans existed before What was that?
There's a bug.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, one of those big fuckers.
Johnny Coleman, thank you for being a member for 4 months. Clarice is right, or I'm wrong.
Thank you, Johnny Coleman. I don't know what you mean. I thought that preservation and ruin were only able to give humans sapience by working together. Wasn't that the whole point?
I thought that was the case.
Yeah, that they fought because... And in this moment, like, there was one thing that they did together, and it was to make this planet.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm a little bit confused.
Ernest Hill, thank you for that super chat.
Thank you.
Kelsier is frightening because he is headed for the most extreme version of survival. That's true. I do agree with that.
Yeah.
He has become the embodiment of that. He found his way back from death, but has tasted godhood. I think will become a god of survival. Interesting.
Yeah, but I do...
I mean, he kind of is, right?
I do genuinely worry a little bit about Kelsier's motivations because he does have this... Yes, he's like he's telling Sazed that the reason they need Lerasium is so that they can create an army of Mistborn.
Yeah.
But in his head, he's like, he wants it for himself. He misses what he was able to do. Yeah, like, and so I worry that part of him is going to be problematic.
I think that you're living in a world where the threat is a hypothetical, and the book has made it clear that the threat is real. And Kelsier is like, this is what is happening. Kelsier's not like, somebody might come attack us. Kelsier's going, people are attacking us. This is how they're doing it. If you're not willing to fight on their level, we're just going to lose. Mm-hmm. Like, Kelsier kind of asked Sazed to help them make spaceships, which I think is very funny.
Right, because they don't want to travel through Shadesmar. Yeah.
He's like, hey, we need rockets so that we can go to space, so that we can go get allies. And Sazed is like, well, you guys need to wait and make that shit yourself. And Kelsier's like, yeah, but the other gods are giving their people spaceships. And I'm like, on Roshar, they are playing music. My guy.
Yeah. I mean...
They're playing the flute, I guess.
Yeah. The only one that we do know is, like, giving shit away is autonomy. But
yeah.
Also, like, I don't... I mean, it's not only rockets that you have to create, right? It is... the fucking Star Trek technology of being able to travel at light speed because all of these planets are far away from one another.
But we don't know how far away the planets are in Cosmere.
That's true. They might just all be in the same system.
You know what I mean? Like, we don't have any evidence.
It would be crazy if, like, you had, like, a fucking, like, our solar system and every planet had life on it.
Yeah.
That would be insane.
One thing I wanted to bring up, because we talked about this and off camera, I am very curious because Brandon Sanderson's fan base loves fantasy.
Yeah.
Because of his fantasy writing, that as he is clearly taking these stories in the direction of sci-fi, and even this, like Mistborn Era 2, I would argue, from what I've read online and from like seeing other people's reactions to it, is the least loved part of Brandon Sanderson's oeuvre, right? I do wonder if his audience will travel into the future with him. Like, I do wonder if there are people who are very down for the fantasy side of his writing that will not be interested in the Cosmere as it starts to go into space travel and modern cities, and... Because it's just a very different kind of fantasy. Obviously, there are people who will, right? Like, there's the, like, people who also love Pierce Brown and, like, Red Rising, and that takes place on Mars. Like, that's sci-fi. I think that there's a portion of the largest percentage of his audience, in my opinion, will travel with him into the future.
Yeah.
Not our future, but like literally the future of the Cosmere.
Yeah.
But I do wonder about it. It will be very interesting to watch. I think the first time I've ever experienced an author creating fantasy series and then making them sci-fi.
It's sci fantasy, kind of like. It is weirdly both, at least in every instance that we've seen, right? Because everyone has like a magic system, so
yeah, but the magic systems, as they get closer to just using investiture, the magic systems will start to blend together. I think a little bit.
Maybe I just can't ever see like the Cosmere becoming like Star Trek or like Expanse like sci-fi.
Yeah, I'm sure there are other fantasy authors that have gone from fantasy to sci-fi. I very explicitly said the first I've experienced. I'm not saying Brandon Sanderson's breaking new ground here.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's the first time I'm going to experience it with an author.
Yeah. Chris, thank you for that super chat. In my opinion, he wanted to minimize the removal of agency. Fuck. Sorry, Chris. We talked about a few things.
I understand that. No, he's talking about Sazed's influence on Wax, I believe. I understand what you're saying, and I do agree with that. I think he wanted to have the illusion of the minimization of the removal of agency. I don't know that he achieves that. Mm-hmm. I think that it is a little bit smoke and mirrors on his part, rather than actual... I don't feel like agency is something that's very strong in the Cosmere. Mm-hmm. I think that the more gods we introduce and the more ways they can just directly talk to people in their heads and... one of the weakest parts of the end of this book, in my opinion, is that Sazed just knows the schematics of the bomb immediately and is able to tell them constantly as they come up with plans whether they'll work or not. It's fine. I get it. It allows for the end of the book to happen. But in terms of agency, having God be like, no, that won't work. No, that won't work. It's like, oh, okay. It's fine. It's not my favorite thing about the book. It's helped by the fact that there's so much good emotional writing in those scenes between Wax and Wayne.
Yeah.
That kind of overcomes for me the fact that I'm sitting there being like, well, if Sazed, just have him do it. I don't fucking care. Like, if you're just going to have God be there telling them exactly the steps they need to take and then they just do those steps exactly, I don't know why I'm reading these characters doing it. But because of the emotional elements, it did overcome what I thought was sort of the convenience of Sazed being able to just know how the bomb works. I was like, oh, I guess...
Well, yeah, he can see the future. He's got, what's-her-face left, right? So he has his sight back.
Again, but, like, having the characters have a direct line to God in the middle of the high-stakes action sequence takes all the stakes out of it, because he's just there being like, oh, yeah, this will work.
How does that take the stakes out of it?
Because they don't have to figure anything out. They just have to posit theories to the air, and they're just told if they're right or wrong.
But they did have to figure it out. It's not like Sazed came down and was like, actually, this is how you do it. If that had happened...
He kind of does.
No.
He's literally... Like, Sazed is literally like, okay, that hole there, you're going to pour water in there, and then you're going to do this, and then you're going to put the bubble up, and then...
He tells Wayne how to do the actual, intricate stuff of it, but the idea does not come from Sazed.
Oh, I agree with that. But I just mean that from my taste, having a character who can see the future being so present in their ears throughout the finale of this just kind of weakened it for me in terms of the execution of the bomb part of the plot. The emotional part of Wax and Wayne worked so well that I don't mind, is what I'm saying.
Really, because I actually think that in a very clever way, Brandon Sanderson, it made it work for me because they're essentially given two options. One, where Wayne actually might get away, but is not guaranteed to work. And option two, which is guaranteed to work, but Wayne will die, and Wayne takes that option. I think that having someone there to who actually can tell you, what your options are in that moment made Wayne's sacrifice mean more and helped with the emotional storytelling.
I want to push back on that for a second. The other option was not an option. Sazed provides two options. Go and read them again. He provides two options. One option is that Wayne will die. It's the option that they go with.
Yeah.
The other option was that Wayne would push against the city and hold the ship back. And then they would maybe figure something else out, and maybe he would live. But say the second option does not actually involve a way to defuse the bomb. It's just that Wayne will hold the ship in place and give them extra time to maybe figure something else out.
Uh-huh.
That's not it. That is only an option if they do eventually figure something else out. But he says it. I was reading the two options, and Wayne was like, "Oh, I might live in that one," and I'm like, "I mean, you might just delay having to do the first option."
Sure.
It just didn't. It didn't really read to me like Sazed had any idea what they would do with the bomb in option number 2. just holding the ship in place for a derailment push felt like, you saved 20 seconds. Like, I don't really, I didn't really understand how that would lead to a situation where Wayne would get out. And I don't think Sazed explained it in a way where it made sense that Wayne would eventually get out. Because a derailment push isn't a long push. It's just a really long, it's just one really strong push.
Yeah.
Right? I also feel like because of how sensitive the bomb apparently is, if you were to push against the city so hard that the ship stopped in place, the rock of it might just set the bomb off.
I mean, yeah, who knows?
Sorry, we need to get to this. Judah Kaiser, thank you for that super chat.
Thank you so much.
The Condor said they made the planet together, but Preservation wanted to create thinking beings, so he gave a part of himself to create humans on Scadrial. Right, that's true.
Okay, gotcha.
Interesting.
So theoretically, with the return of Atium would bring Sazed back into balance.
No, I think that Ruin was always stronger. I think that was even the thing. I think that Ruin was always stronger because Ruin is able to move and Preservation isn't.
Preservation weakened himself by going against their deal. They are not... Ruin is not stronger because... reasons. Ruin is stronger because Preservation broke the deal that they made. And because he wanted, like, humans so badly. He wanted people there. I understand what you're saying. I do think there's an element of Ruin being... I think it is easier to destroy than it is to maintain indefinitely. And so I think Ruin as a concept is just stronger. Genuinely. Like, I think that Sure.
I think that it is much more difficult to make choices that maintain something. Preservation is a difficult concept because it doesn't actually exist anywhere in the universe. Right? Ruin is the fundamental force of the universe.
I mean, Preservation exists. Like, we have whole teams of people dedicated to preserving historical sites.
We're so bad at it.
Like, you're saying it exists as a concept.
But we can't preserve anything. Like, the amount of effort that goes into preserving old paper is immense. It is a absolute massive undertaking. Mm-hmm. It's so hard. Destroying paper takes 5 seconds and anyone can do it. Mm-hmm. And that's my point. Like, preservation as a concept is so much labor and Ruin is so little labor that I think that Ruin as a concept is able to be stronger because almost any action destroys something. Mm-hmm. And so it's preservation versus, like, if it were like construction versus Ruin, construction is maybe the wrong word. You can take actions to construct things.
You mean like creation?
Creation, sure.
Yeah.
Like the art of creation versus Ruin, I think those things tug at each other in a more honest way. But preservation is the only thing that preservation is pulling against Ruin, which is the most natural thing in the world. Mm-hmm. Everything is ruined.
Yeah.
Right? What about preservation of mass? Seth Butler, that's actually a great point. If preservation...
We're not doing science.
No. But if preservation, the god, roots itself strongly in the belief that mass exists, that mass cannot be created nor destroyed, then maybe that is sort of the root with which preservation maintains its strength.
Maybe that's the core tenets of the religion. Because as soon as you get people to believe it, then it seems to work. But, like,
try and maintain anything. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's really, 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 really hard.
Yeah.
And we build incredibly strong things. Mm-hmm. We have bridges that look like they should last until the end of time, and their shelf life is 60 years. I mean, America's about to go through this. United States, they have massive infrastructure projects that are all because coming out of World War II, there was a massive engine of building America, and they put together all of these projects that built all of the highways and bridges and tunnels and all these incredible things. America built massive, incredible structures and important infrastructure. And a lot of that shit is all going to hit the end of its life around the same time. And there's no ability in the United States right now to do any construction projects. Like the red tape in the States right now makes building so difficult.
Yeah.
And so we're heading into this weird point where all of this important infrastructure that is the lifeblood of the American economy is just falling apart before our eyes. And it is almost impossible to have any political will to do anything about it because of the expense and the national debt. Mm-hmm. It's this really weird issue where trucking is the most important way we move goods in the United States, and also it's about to be massively disrupted constantly by kind of the slow rot of these incredible things that we built that are just no longer working at the efficiency that they used to.
Yeah.
And it's going to be really interesting to see whether that brings us together or not, and how people are able to how able are people to come together to solve these problems when politically we're so inclined into these like red-blue fights that are about kind of nonsense. I love trans people. I love trans people with all my heart. I believe in trans rights. I want to say that. The amount of effort that we spend talking about NCAA trans athletes when there's 10 of them, the amount of political capital being spent on that issue, and like, I just don't care. I just, like, it's 10 people. The government's economy might collapse. The political capital should be in the right places, and it's just not right now.
Yeah.
We're wasting it on these issues that are affecting individuals. And I just don't think the federal government should be worried about individuals. I don't think that's their job. Like, genuinely. I just don't care about the federal government talking about 10 people.
Yeah.
When we have, like, nationwide issues that get zero play.
Yeah.
That affect it's a wild system right now where it's like only what plays well in the lower third on a news channel.
Yeah.
And all of our bridges might fall at the same time. I think plays well on the lower third, but no one's talking about it. It drives me fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm it's just a weird thing. And it's because, sorry to go political, it's because ruin is the base nature of everything in the universe. That was my point. Ruin is stronger than preservation because everything falls apart, including my mental health.
Victor, thank you for that super chat. Brandon Sanderson has said cultivation and ruin would be easier.
That makes sense to me. Those two would be more harmonious.
Yeah.
Because
for
sure. You have to build to ruin.
Oh my god, maybe they do like a trade, like a football trade. You know what I mean? Like cultivation comes to Scadrial and they send preservation over to Roshar. They like split, says it again, give it to another person, and they send them away.
Yeah.
They're like, this is better balance, actually.
Yeah. Baby Balrog says, can confirm nerdy on infrastructure. It's not just red tape. There's no money set aside, and it's a huge bill. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trolled Chaos says, construction in the U.S. isn't so bad as all that, at least where I live. Where you live, sure. My hometown is constantly improving roads, adding new lanes to highways. We've got at least 20 ongoing projects right now.
In cities is different.
Yeah.
We are talking about these mass stretches of highways and bridges that connect those cities, right? Yeah. Most cities are always under construction right now, building fucking condos and shit, and fixing roads. But as soon as you get outside of that small district, it's fucking rough.
It's the lifeblood of America that's the problem. It's the bridges that are mostly used by heavy trucks in the middle of nowhere that you don't think about until you can't get food to South Carolina. You know what I mean? It's those problems that we don't have money for. And those are the big projects that are going to fall apart.
And dams, like Chris says. Like there's these big things that you don't see in your daily life that are the responsibility of the larger government, not just the local government.
Yeah. And it's the things that I wish we were aware of. Also, we're just not building enough housing. Like, realistically, like, American red tape.
There's so many condos.
No, we're even with all the condos we're building, we're actually not building enough.
Yeah, well.
We are still not building proportionately what we were building prior to the 2008 housing crash. We're still building less than we were building prior to the 2008 crash, even though our population is going up. It's why housing is getting so expensive, right? Housing crashed. All these housing companies took a hit. They laid off a bunch of people. They all contracted. They all got smaller. And now here we are. We're 20 or what? Is it 18 years later? 17, 18 years later? Mm-hmm. And we're still not, in the United States at least, building enough housing to make up what we need because the companies never grew back to what they were before 2008.
Yeah.
And so we have this, it's a massive housing problem. Anyway.
Yeah. And Trump wants people to have babies, and yet who wants to have a baby in a bachelor condo? You know what I mean? Like,
well, we all want people to have babies. Like, we all want people to feel like I want everyone to be in a place where if you want to have kids, the economy supports that.
Yeah,
like, I would love that. We're just not there right now.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. We need to move on.
Tim, thank you for that super chat. The new thing in my small town is roads being replaced without asphalt, so it's gravel in town to save money. They last like 3 years in our climate.
Well, and they're going to destroy all your cars. That's rough. That's really tough.
Look, I'm not an expert by any means whatsoever, but that does sound like it is a Band-Aid.
I mean, it helps that everyone in the United States drives these fucking massive trucks now.
True, yeah,
but even trucks. Okay, I'm going to stay on my soapbox for a second. Where is the, like, $30,000 truck?
Awful, yeah.
Where is the $30,000 truck? Can't buy one. I don't want a $96,000 truck. Yeah. What are we doing? Yeah. Not every house has to be a luxury home. And people are talking about starter homes in the chat. Not every house has to be a luxury home, and not every vehicle has to be a luxury vehicle. We need entry-level things. But no one makes any entry-level things because the economy is so top-sided, and the top 10% is spending almost more than 50% of the consumer money. And so all of these companies are providing goods that cater to the top 10% of earners, and they're not catering goods to the other 90%. And so the other 90% can't buy shit that they need to do the jobs that create the services that help the 10% get what they need. And so the 10% currently are burning through all of their lifestyle, hoping that the other 90% can be given an economy that will allow in 10 years for the top 10% to continue living the luxuries that they have, but they're not going to because the bottom 90% does not have the opportunities to build up to maybe become the 10%, and so they're going to become disillusioned. The economy is a mess. And we're fighting about 10 transgender college athletes. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
I mean, I care about those people. I don't want it to come across like I don't care about those 10 individuals as individuals. I hope that they live happy, healthy lives and whatever. Like, I want them to have the best life that they can, and I want them to be supported and legally be allowed to be who they want to be. But, like, we simply must deal with the problems that are going to destroy everybody's life instead of focusing on whether or not those 10 lives are in danger. It just drives me, like, and Fox News will do 7 hours on it. And I'm like, what are we doing?
Like, they care more about who's using what bathroom than they do how that infrastructure is going to be maintained. Like...
Oh, I'm losing my mind. Anyway, I'm so sorry, everyone. This is not what you're here for. You're here for book club. It's 49 minutes in. Should we talk about a chapter?
Yeah, you know what? That's a great idea.
James Ross, the Ford F-150 is over $70,000 now.
Yeah. Thank you all for those super chats. It was a great conversation.
Sorry, Ruin leads me to talk about why I don't sleep at night. Anyway, chapter 57. Yes, James Ross. It's fucking insane.
I was like, I want to learn how to drive. I want to get a little car. And I was like, oh, what if I get one of those, like, little trucks? Like a normal-sized truck that's not giant, not lifted, like, not whatever. Just, like, what a truck used to look like.
The kind of truck that we drove around farms in when we were in Calgary and raised kids. What I mean? Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, those don't exist
in North America
anymore. Oh, great. Oh, never mind.
They're not legal in North America because I don't want to get into it.
Well, it doesn't have to be that small, but, like, yeah.
You can't start the chapter until the minute mark of the chapter. Well, we have to talk for 7 more minutes then. No,
just 5.
No, we're at...
No, it's 11:52, and I think they mean 57. It doesn't matter.
We're not even an hour into the show. We can't get it. We've been talking about the book, though. It's not like we've been doing the intro for an hour. We did talk a lot about the book.
No, it was not the intro. Do
you have any other hot takes about this book?
Hot takes?
I've got a question for you.
I didn't think that being worried about Kelsier was a hot take, so I don't know anymore.
No. I don't think being worried about Kelsier is a hot take. I think that saying that he's going to become the villain is a hot take.
Okay,
I don't think those are the same thing.
Yeah.
I can see a world where Kelsier's tactics in Era 3 are things that I'm concerned about.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be a fucking hero. I think saying that he's going to be the big bad is a hot take.
Okay.
I don't see a world where he is who we're taking down in Era 3.
All right. I'm going to stick with it because if I'm right, it'll feel good. And if I'm not right, I won't give a shit.
Oh, and I'm not trying to change your mind. I like arguing with you so that in the future, we're on opposite sides of things.
Yeah.
This show is more fun when we don't agree.
Yeah.
It takes more time, but it's more fun.
I don't know.
Chapter 57. We are in the bunker with Armel.
Yeah.
What a name. And we...
Never heard that one before. This book.
We are going to fight Gave and Trone because Marcy is like, hey, everything upstairs is fine. Your cousin Steris is fine.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh.
Yeah.
Ash sickness.
She's like, of course they have a fucking excuse.
Yeah, I get that. I do
But
understand
she's like,
that.
why the fuck do you think you were kidnapped by armed men? Like, oh, well, they had to make it seem like it was like not a lottery thing. That's insane. That's insane.
I just can't imagine someone being so ill that they create credentials. Like,
yeah. Well, that's where she like pulls it out. She's like, look at this shit. And they're like,
I breathed in all of this ash and learned metalworking. Is just a weird thing to assume about a person.
Yeah, made a crest and everything. Yeah. This conversation. Here's the thing. I honestly did appreciate that Armel kind of is already halfway through the door, right? It's like, yeah, I've had concerns for a while. Like, it is crazy that this woman would have made credentials because of ash sickness. That's insane. I
found it very frustrating only because it's like going on the internet right now. And because I have very strong opinions about the economy right now. And I've just stopped talking to people online because I'll be like, hey, like, this is bad. This is a bad indicator. And the response is like, Trump derangement syndrome. Trump's fucking owning the libs. And I'm like, I didn't bring up politics. Like, I brought up an objective number.
Yeah.
The jobs numbers are bad. I'm not, this is not like a...
But you're making that up, you know.
Again,
you gotta do your own research.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not making up anything. I'm just taking all of the different people doing research, collating them, and seeing, it's interesting that all of these groups in the United States and internationally have the same numbers, and they don't look good. And they're like, well, you've got Trump derangement syndrome. And I'm like, I can't. I can't. And I felt like Marcy, where I'm like, you can't be mad at these people.
Yeah.
They're brainwashed.
Yeah, she's like super frustrated, and then she's like, my frustration is misdirected.
And it's how I feel in my life right now.
Yeah.
Where like people just believe lies. And you're like, all right, well, you're insane. I don't know how to help you anymore.
So sorry for your loss.
I'm going to go kill the mayor.
Thinking, yeah.
I'm not going to go kill the mayor. I promise.
Yeah.
I'm fucking Peter Thiel.
Yeah.
I know you're scanning everything we say. I'm not going to kill anybody.
It was a joke.
I'm talking about Marcy in the book.
It's about the book. It's not about real life.
She doesn't even kill the mayor. She just hog ties him. It's fine.
Kinky. So, and Trone goes on the announcement system. He's like, citizens, there's a woman with ash sickness. Very dangerous. Watch out.
I don't know that they could understand any word you just said.
I understood, and that's what matters.
Yes, the goal of podcasting is to speak in a way that you understand that your audience does not. Thank you, babe.
Yeah, I don't do this for you guys. I do this for me.
We are on one today. So they're gonna go to the mansion.
Yeah. Chapter 58. We go back to Wax and Wayne.
Yeah.
And they have a little beer moment.
Yeah, Wax
drinky.
finds Ruff's beer.
Yeah.
And
they take a minute.
I think it's just
take a break.
Like, it's not an IPA because I don't think they have the technology for an IPA, but it's like something hoppy and bitter. It sounds honestly great to me, and they just have a scene that I love so much. I love this scene so much. Mm-hmm. It is so good. It's my favorite.
Don't spoil.
Well, I don't care. It's my favorite piece of writing in Mistborn Era 2.
Yeah.
Is this scene between the two of them just talking on the roof.
Mm-hmm.
I think that from Wax being like, we're going to take a break. We have time.
We're old. We need a minute.
And like, we can't just keep running in and, and to the emotional vulnerability both of these men show, and that Wayne being like, I don't know that I understand the words that are being said, but I trust this man so much that I have to.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, man. It's such a beautiful scene. And then it ends with Wax discovering where they have to go because of his son shoving the ball in the bag that his wife packed.
Yeah.
beauty.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful moment. I was like, oh, God. These two men. It's the kind of scene I've wanted from these two the whole series. Because the book tells us that they're very close. But Wayne is mostly annoying. And I don't feel like we've gotten enough scenes of them being friends.
Yeah.
And so to get it here was just fucking incredible. I just loved this chapter so much.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it was great. Everything from including, like, Steris in this and his son Max in a way, like, it was all immaculate. It all came together in just this, like, really beautiful moment where they took a pause in the middle of all the fucking chaos and crazy shit that they are trying to deal with. Like, you know what, we're gonna take 2 seconds for ourselves because we have to.
Well, and they've been going all day.
Yeah.
And, like, there's just a point where you can't just keep running.
Yeah.
You have to sit for 5 seconds.
Yeah.
You know, it's why they added the biking to the triathlon. Because they're like, they got to sit at some point.
Yeah, exactly that.
Keep your legs moving. But.
Yeah. Chapter 59.
Yeah, they're going to go to, the Shaw.
Oh, the Shaw.
It's a tower that looks like a spike.
They named it after Credit Shaw, yeah.
If I knew the history of the world...
Oh, I wouldn't either. Yeah, no. That seems like a really bad idea.
It would be
You're
like...
asking for disaster.
It would be like building a camp and being like, you know what? Let's name it Auschwitz. After that famous camp.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Why would you do that?
So insane.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make a joke about Auschwitz. Auschwitz is awful. But, like, it is a similar idea.
Yeah.
It's like... and it's only, like, 250 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Like... It's just insane to be like, yeah, what if we named it after the worst place that ever existed in our history?
It is not officially called that. It's the people that gave it a fucking nickname, which is still fucked. Like, don't get me wrong, but at least, like, legally, like, officially, that's not its name.
I just think if you were to, like, use that nickname, you should be on a list.
Like, we are concerned about you?
Yeah, like, we're just gonna look into what you're doing.
They're like, the Lord Ruler was right. Bring back the ash mounts.
I mean, Preservation does think that, so...
Preservation thinks that?
Yeah, Preservation wanted the Lord Ruler to rule forever because then nothing would change.
Oh, sure,
that was like...
Yeah. I thought you meant Sazed for a minute, and I was like, what?
No, Preservation was upset because he was like, no, everything was staying the same all the time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Blue, what's up?
A blot of nicknames crossed the line. I think you mean a lot. And no, I do agree with that. I just think it's very funny to call the evil place the Shaw. Yeah. It would make more... It would be less obvious, I think is what I mean. If it wasn't, like, the worst place where they're launching the nuke from.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. It's chapter 59.
Back to Marasi.
Yeah.
They're headed to the mansion. She sees Intron there, and she tries to trick him into saying something incriminating over the speaker system. It doesn't work. So they get into a fight, and she separates, or the man in the middle of them puts up a speed bubble trying to catch her, or a reverse speed bubble. He's also a... Oh, yes.
Slider is Wayne. What is her fucking... I can't remember what her group are called. And so he puts up a reverse speed bubble, and she just avoids it. And so Gavi and Tron and her are on opposite sides of the speed bubble, like Darth Maul, Obi-Wan Kenobi style. And they're just talking to each other. They're just having a little chat.
Yeah.
Because the guy, Pulsar, thank you. The guy inside is moving so slowly that it's going to take him a while to realize what happened.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is great. This is a good way for them to talk.
She also has that moment where she acts on instinct and is like, oh my god, if I didn't, like, I almost got there.
Yeah, and it's so interesting because he's like, how does it feel for your power to be fucking useless? And I just wanted her to be like, you just used my... Your whole plan involved my power just now.
Yeah.
What do you mean useless? You just found a use for it.
Yeah.
What are we even talking about here?
Look, Intron is not the brightest, but he has spiked himself.
He has,
He's got
spiked himself to hell.
Yeah, he's got some superpowers. So he bops in there and tries to kill Marcy, but she's able to get his hat.
Well, he goes through the wall.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, he fucking like just literally like superhero blast through that thing.
Yeah. And yeah. So she knocks off his hat, and Armel harms. This didn't really make any sense to me. I'm not gonna lie.
So what happened is Marcy at the end of the last chapter is like, there was a clinking in her bag, and then they leave it there. Because she leaves her bag with Armel and is like, if something happens here, this is a power, like you can use it to fuel your allomancy. And so they see that it goes...
Wait, she said that?
No, but off page. Like it, because they have the jars, right?
I think that should have been on page. Because when Armel harms used the liquid, I was like, how would she know how to do that?
It's supposed to be a surprise. I could see what he was doing with you leave off at the clink of the bag, and so you're like, oh, clearly they're going to use this in the next thing. And so the next time Armel's group shows up to save her, they have the thing and they use it. Is like, well, that's how they set it up. It's meant to be like a kind of like, this is the plan that you think that they're going with, but then this is Marcy's backup plan that she gave them and told them on the way. And it's, yeah.
I think the thing about that's odd to me is that it implies that, and maybe the allomancy is so instinctual that it doesn't matter, but yeah, and maybe that's what it is. Maybe that using raw investiture is just so instinctual that you don't need to like know what you're doing.
Well, they're allomancers, they know that.
Sure.
It's like burning metals. I actually don't think it's much different.
Is it though?
I don't see why it would be.
I guess, yeah.
It is fuel for the fire.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like any of them didn't know that they were allomancers. They all knew beforehand.
Her being able to use the liquid just sort of came out of left field for me, and instead of feeling like a cool moment, it took me out of it. I'm not gonna lie. The way that it was handled to me, I had to like stop the book and be like, wait, how the fuck does she know? Wait, what?
Oh, interesting.
And okay. I think that that's what I'm butting up against, is that it pulled me out of the book because it felt...
Because you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's how I felt about it. It's more about how it made me feel than it is about the book itself.
Yeah.
And the sort of the like, I guess she can do that. I don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did she drink it? Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just felt. I think that it just felt. It pulled me out of the book. I like when books make me lean in.
Yeah.
And it was a moment that like reminded me that I was reading a book.
Okay.
And I think that's the feeling I'm talking about here.
Yeah.
No.
That's fair.
But that is how she saved. I also, the tidbit about it being easier to blast emotional allomancy in a direction and rather than targeting someone, which leads to Marcy being like,
if I just crawl away. So
there's a character in One Piece whose devil fruit lets her have these ghosts. This isn't really a spoiler, it's just a power. I'm not talking about the plot. She sends these ghosts through people, and it makes them so depressed that they just are stopped in their tracks. And so I was like, oh my god, it's just, she's Perona now. The Cosmere is just slowly becoming One Piece.
No, we read Mistborn Era 1 before One Piece.
Yeah, but One Piece predates Mistborn Era 1.
Does it?
Yeah.
I thought Mistborn Era 1 was early 2000s.
Yeah, and One Piece has been... Oda's been writing One Piece for over 20 years.
Okay, but did the ghost woman that you just found happen before or after?
Before after this?
No, Era 1. Because Era 1 is when they have the Soothers and the Rioters.
No, sure. But this particular moment with a character overcoming this kind of level of emotional like negativity, this literal moment happens in One Piece. This moment happens in One Piece where a character gets stopped and has to be like, wait a second, all these depressed feelings are how I feel all the time. Wait a second, I'm fine. And that they're able to keep moving because of it. Mm-hmm. Literally, I don't want to spoil who it is, but it literally happens in One Piece. And so I was cackling at that because I was like, oh my god,
especially if you like just watched it. Yeah.
Well, it was 100 and something episodes ago.
Sure, yeah.
But yeah, no, it was just very. I got very excited because I was like, I've seen this before.
Yeah.
Yeah, One Piece started in 1999.
Yeah, but I just mean if that's like 300 or 400 episodes in, like that might be like fucking 2008. Like I don't know.
And this book came out in 2022.
No, I'm talking about.
I know, but I'm talking about this moment.
Okay, this power is not new.
This exact moment.
Yeah.
Mistborn Era 3 did not end in 2008 because it isn't out yet.
Yeah.
This exact moment happened in a book in 2008. In One Piece. Oh, Era 1 happened in... They came out the same year. The same year.
Oda and Brandon Sanderson sat down and were like, so...
No, but this moment just happens... Anyway,
yeah,
I was very excited.
Great.
But Marisi being like, wait, my life has been so awful internally that I'm okay.
Because I've learned to deal with these feelings. Yeah.
I feel like this is like the man-woman divide. You know what I mean? Like...
This is the gender gap?
This is the gender gap. And as a man...
And it's that men don't know how to deal with their emotions?
Yes, and women do.
Great.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong, chat?
I don't know.
But look me dead in the fucking eyes.
Apparently women are too emotional.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Apparently women are too emotional to have positions of power. So
women are too emotional for like a 2-year gap between like 13... Or a 3-year gap between 13 and 16.
Sure.
And it allows them to figure their shit out so that as adults they're able to manage their lives. Men are too emotional from 12 to 55, and then they just become cantankerous and old, and they can't hear very well, so they just kind of shut down after 55. But they never figure it out.
Sure, yes.
And then there's queer people in the middle who are emotional train wrecks, and we do our best.
That's true. We wouldn't have Karens if that were the case for every woman. You're correct. Yeah. Yeah. Because those are definitely people who don't know how to regulate their emotions.
Oh, see, I don't view that as an emotional thing. I view that as an entitlement issue, particularly in the United States.
That's a good way to put it.
I think the Karen phenomenon is a downstream effect of believing in the American dream and the American concept that the customer is always right. And that has become so warped over time that Americans have this like very odd outsized view of their individual placement in the economy that they should be treated a way that is absolutely unfounded.
Yeah.
And that you don't see internationally, right? If you go into like a restaurant in Spain and say the customer's always right, they'll just tell you to fucking leave. Like they don't, that doesn't exist. They'll just kick you out.
Yeah,
in a way that
entitlement, yeah.
The States has this idea that like, oh, we can't ask anybody to leave. Yeah. We have to cater to fucking everything.
We cannot bother anybody or piss anybody off.
I felt very lucky. The restaurant I worked at the longest in New York did not give a fuck. Yeah. We asked people to leave all the time. We did not care. And I also worked at restaurants where like I had to cater to fucking everything, and it was miserable because Americans are the worst. But also Europeans traveling to New York are also the worst. But that's because they think that because they're in the States they can do whatever the fuck they want because they think that they're in the land of nonsense.
Yeah,
they kind of are. But yeah, no, there's this weird...
The land of nonsense.
The downstream effect of the customer's always right is that modern Americans are bad customers. It's a fascinating thing that started with good intentions of like, let's be good, let's give good customer service, has become let's be bad customers. And it's a very fascinating like thing that happened.
Yeah.
Lightblind Full, thank you for becoming a member for 4 dang months.
Hell yeah, thank you.
I started at One Piece when Nerdy did, and I'm caught up now. I'm so fucking jealous. I just can't react faster because it's too much, and everything else will fall behind. If I could just watch it, I would be caught up. Because I've caught up with every episode of Critical Role in the same amount of time.
Yeah, no, it's true.
So if I hadn't been watching Critical Role, I would be caught up on One Piece.
One Piece on instead. Yeah, that's fair.
Also, we only saw the first half of Campaign 4, Episode 1 last night. Way to go, Critical Role. Off to a great start. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Yeah.
But I am a fan of Brendan's DMing already, so not surprised. I like what he does. I'm really not surprised that his autism and my autism smooch.
Do you do bird noises?
Oh!
Nailed it. What bird is that?
That's a pigeon.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. I hear it. Yeah.
I don't know as much about birds. I do not have bird autism.
No.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't really care about birds.
No,
but I have.
Is that your AirPods?
Yeah.
You have I can't peel my eyes away from the government disaster that is the United States right now.
Yeah. I mean, especially right now.
Oh
yeah.
my god.
If you're touching my food or bringing it to me, I'm the nicest person and trying to tip a load bolt. That's the good way to be.
Absolutely. We get to... What?
Nothing.
Spam.
Yeah. It was from Walt Disney. And so I was like, oh, is this like an influencer thing? No, it's... yeah.
Chapter 60. Mercy is this is the part where she's like struggling with how she feels, and Trone can't deal with it. She crawls out, and sees the portal that
would you say it's a well of ascension?
yes, you're like, it's a well of ascension.
I got so excited.
There is a well of ascension that the army is going to come through. Autonomy's army is going to come through, and she's like, wait a second, I think we can use this. It's the same stuff that's in the jars. It's just a lot of it, like a lot of it. And so,
Don't about it. No, keep talking.
I'm like, what are you doing? And so they're like, okay, everyone get all the Metalborn, and everybody just like drink up all the power and use it, burn it, get rid of it. I don't care what the fuck you do with it. Just don't, create the ash mounts or become God or anything like that.
I really thought that Mercy was going to crawl into it and become God for a second.
I know, me too.
I really wanted that.
I know. I thought she was going to have a moment, but yeah.
But no, instead, they're just all doing random power shit.
That would be so just disorienting.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, obviously, I think, like, Leecher would be the best one, because the power just kind of dissipates, right?
They can just go around tapping people. They're like, gotcha. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you just get a couple of... I think because they get exhausted. They burn out almost on, like, using so much power. But I think the best way to do it would be for them to take in as much power as they can, then Leecher comes by and just zoops it away.
Yeah.
And it might not have been as exhausting, but they do, they do burn and burn and burn and burn and burn and burn.
Crawl in and accidentally go to Elantris. Could you imagine this book ends with Mercy and these random people on a whole other planet? Like,
well, I thought Mercy was going to become a Ghostblood.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to happen.
She sees Kelsier and what he is.
That's not what happens.
I'm just
at all.
Oh my god.
I know, you're just trying to like invent shit to like agree with your
I mean, she doesn't agree
points.
with... Wow. Okay. All right. I'm gonna make chat vote.
The aluminum one would probably be the easiest. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they just touch it, it just starts to go away.
That's true, yeah.
Pink Armada says, I'm happy she isn't a Ghostblood. I very much disagree.
What?
I would really love
That is a hot take.
I don't think it is. I would.
Mercy actually cares about people and gives a shit and wants to do something about it.
I agree with that, which is why if we're going to have stories moving forward where Ghostbloods are everywhere, I would love to have it be a character I care about.
Well, I don't think that it's going to be in this century.
No. I'm saying in other books, if Ghostbloods are going to show up and do stuff, I would rather it be characters I give a shit about.
Sure, yeah.
So if we're gonna
it's gonna be new characters.
If we're gonna be in the next era of Stormlight and the Ghostbloods show up to do stuff, I would be more interested in that if it's Mercy because I care about her.
Yeah.
As opposed to having to meet new Ghostbloods that I don't care about them.
Yeah.
I do care about Moonlight. I think Moonlight's cool. I just think that if Mercy had joined up, I would be very excited to see the Ghostbloods show up on other planets because it's characters I care about.
Yeah.
Who I know are going to be acting in their desire to do good for people.
Yeah.
Right? Mercy becoming a Ghostblood to me makes their actions elsewhere more interesting because it's a character I want to follow how she's interacting with the world.
Yeah.
Whereas having it be new Ghostblood number 14... where it's like, okay, I guess I'll start to care about this character and then we'll move on to new Ghostblood number 15 is just less interesting to me in the long term of like world hopping shenanigans.
Yeah.
Like I thought Azure was really cool. I was nice that Azure showed up in Oathbringer and she doesn't do anything and then she's gone. And she's not in Rhythm of War. And I was like, okay, I guess just having this character here to have her here is fine. It doesn't lead to anything. It doesn't go anywhere.
I really liked her epilogue and what she like and what her choices are and what she wants to do with her life. I think that it is very fitting with her character and it's very optimistic in a way that I appreciated.
I agree with that. I do.
But I also hear what you're saying about future stories. Like I get that.
I think that my problem with the larger world building of Mistborn Era 2 though is that it is a lot of world building that doesn't impact the plot very much, that is just there to be there. The Ghostblood stuff it doesn't really interact with the plot enough, and Marcy isn't going to become a Ghostblood, and so it's just kind of like this dead end. Because yes, maybe Marcy becomes governor, maybe she doesn't, but if the next Mistborn book takes place in 100 years, okay, Marcy became governor. Okay, cool. I like that's great, and it is a nice ending, but the book built it up like we were going to have her be a Ghostblood so that she could appear in the other books. And so if we're going to do these Cosmere connections, why blue balls the interesting Cosmere connection in favor of one that in favor of dead ending so that she can like maybe become governor off page? Why introduce the Malwish and be like, oh, we're going to do all this Malwish stuff if in the next book the Malwish are just not important?
And then have the masked people not actually be the Malwish.
The masked people not be the Malwish?
Yeah. So
No, Yaddle is definitely Malwish.
No. Twin Soul says when he speaks, he's not a Malwish, he's a Silver Light.
No, Twin Soul isn't Malwish.
Yeah.
But the Malwish person with Kelsier, who is Yaddle's brother on the airship, is Malwish.
He says he's a Silver Light or Silver something.
No, he has a Silver Light accent. But
yes.
He is Malwish.
Yes, no.
Yes, yeah. No, he has a Silverlight accent, which means that he's from Silverlight. But he is world hopped to Silverlight, but him and Yaddle are ethnically Malwish.
I don't think so. No.
Yes.
No, I'm pretty sure that him saying that is somebody else entirely means that it is not Malwish. He's like
he just says he has an accent.
Yeah.
Guys, you can be born in one place and then go to college somewhere and come home with a different accent.
You think that they went to college with the Malwish?
No. I think that Yaddle and her brother were born on Scadrial, and then Kelsier made them Ghostbloods, and they've spent enough time off planet that he doesn't have a Malwish accent anymore.
But they don't have ways getting off planet is still difficult for them. That's what Kelsier and Sazed were talking about.
Oh, 100%, but he definitely came. But Silverlight isn't on planet, so he has to be a world hopper to have a Silverlight accent. So I think that he is ethnically Malwish, because Yaddle is ethnically Malwish, right? And they're siblings. The fact that he has an accent doesn't mean that he's from Silverlight.
Why would they be like, this guy is from Silverlight, not one of the Malwish?
That's not what he says. He says that he doesn't have a Malwish accent.
Yeah. Why would you put that? Literally, why would you put that if it wasn't relevant?
To imply that he spent enough time on Silverlight that he no longer has a Malwish accent. That's not weird. I don't really have as heavy a Canadian accent as I did growing up because I lived in New York for 10 years. That's just life.
You think that the Malwish have a way to go to World Hop?
The Ghostbloods do.
And you think that they joined up as kids?
I went away at 18 and my accent has drastically changed because of it.
I mean, you don't sound any different to me.
Look, Yaddle is definitely Malwish, and it's her brother. This is not that crazy. This isn't that crazy to me. This guy is so Malwish, and he never removes his mask, which is him. I think that the reason why his mask is like basically fused to his face is because he went away and clung on to the custom of his childhood so hard in his absence of being home, and that's why he sticks to the customs harder than people who are from Malwish, right?
All right.
But yeah, I don't think he's faking being Malwish. I think that he is Malwish, he just has a different accent. That makes way more sense to me than him being from Silverlight but clings to Malwish customs harder than anybody else for some reason. I think the most likely story here is that him and Yaddle were born there. They became Ghostbloods. He went to Silverlight. She went to Roshar. And he spent enough time on Silverlight that his accent has changed. And now he's come back. I don't know where Silverlight is. Silverlight's a weird thing. I want to know more about Silverlight. I understand that it's like the center of the Cosmere or whatever, but...
Oh, I thought it was going to be a different, aether magic.
No, Silverlight is the place where the world hoppers convene or something, and it's where the woman who wrote the essays about the planets lives.
Okay.
Remember the essays we read about Cell? So the woman who wrote those essays is from Silverlight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
And so Silverlight is Yeah, it's mentioned in the Ars Arcanum. All we know is that the woman who wrote the essays is from there. So world hoppers, it has something to do with being the center of world hopping.
Okay.
I think. And so that's my guess at this point. And so the world hopper having a Silverlight accent, but I don't think you can be from Silverlight. I think it's going to end up being like the Watchtower in the DC universe, or like it's going to be like a place that like is more of a like space station where world hoppers convene than it is a place that you're actually from.
Okay.
It's sort of like, you know, a midpoint in Shadesmar or something like that. I think it's just that like that's where he spent so much time that his accent changed. I don't think he's ethnically Silverlight, because then Yaddle would be ethnically Silverlight, but she was sort of established to be Scadrian in.
Was she? We just knew that she wore a mask.
No, in the notebook that Shallan finds when she when she takes down Lady Sadius.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not. I don't know. I believe that Yaddle is genuinely Scadrian.
All right.
And so I think this guy is also Scadrian. He just has a different accent.
All right.
That was a long time to get there.
Because I was very confused. I was like, okay, new, other different mask people. Like.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I think that just makes more sense. Because then it makes sense that he's here piloting the Malwish ship for Kelsier.
Yeah.
And that he's Kelsier's, like, Malwish... I don't know.
I guess, yeah.
Code says it's like Oa, the base plan for all Green Lanterns in DC Comics. Ooh, that's a good pull. Yeah. Yes. Except they're not all cops, but yeah.
Oh, all right.
All World Hops aren't cops, but all Green Lanterns are cops.
Okay.
Yeah. That's literally their job. They police sectors of the universe.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, chapter 60. Yeah, they burn all the powers. Chapter 61. We go back to Wax and Wayne. And they bop into the Shaw, and they find they are in the middle of essentially like a kill box, and
yeah, and he's like, all right, time to kill, I guess.
Yeah, time to become the Sword. Wayne is like, what if we do, I think he called it like Scary Tree.
Oh, yeah, the names of their ploys are beyond me.
And Scary Tree is where Wayne pretends to be Wax to draw fire so that Wax can go and do the killing. And Wax is like, I'm going to put my Trellium earring in so that my sister is aware of the fact that I am murdering all of her friends.
Pretty much.
He's like,
yeah.
Hey,
Telson's
sis.
like, you'll never get here. There's so many soldiers. And he's like,
I want you to be aware.
Bet.
As I violently rip people apart. And what is about to happen is
Chapter
so
62.
Cool. It's so cool, but it's so violent.
Yeah. It's like the Vin scene in the tower.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's exactly like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it reminded me a lot of Vin. It just ends very differently because Vin gets to the top and feels very bad for what she did. And Wax gets to the top and is like,
Wax is like,
I'm never doing that again.
Regrets. Yeah.
But I'm not going to regret the one time I did it.
We're going to move on, actually. We're going to move on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he just murders his way up. He's got fucking grenade launchers that have, like, shrapnel so that then he can fuck around and spray the shrapnel at people.
shooting grenades up a staircase so that they blow up on people while he has a bubble above him so the shrapnel doesn't come down on him is so violent. I want to play... Look, I don't think Mistborn Era 2 is the best... is the best of Brandon Sanderson's writing. However... I am firmly of the opinion that these 4 books would be the best video game.
Yeah.
The like mixing of like Call of Duty or like I'm trying to think of a game where you have that kind of mobility to move around the map, but like you could mix like Batman Arkham game style. That's it. That's the flight kind of style of this, is the grapple gun and the glide. Mm-hmm. Like, if you were to make a Mistborn Era 2 that mixes like Batman Arkham style with some gunplay, Mistborn Era 2 would be the best fucking video game.
You'd have to get rid of directionally pushing, because if you're wanting to fly and you have to be like, okay, metal here and then I like push this way and then metal here and then I like push this way and then I I think that might end up being a little too frustrating.
I don't think it would be that hard. If you play like Batman Arkham Knight, and you feel the way in which it's a pull instead of a push. But if you were to...
Well, see, yeah, then it's different.
But I think that you could have a similar concept where you would be able to, like, have...
You just see blue lines and you can, like, hop on them, like...
Well, no, you would...
Stepping stones?
I think that if you were to use the camera to have points in the air that were indicating directions you could push towards because there's something behind you, you would have, like, reverse grapple points.
Gotcha, I see.
Right? And so you would see points in the air that you could push towards.
Because of something underneath of you.
And it would, and so yeah, it would be, I think that you could have, like, directions you can push towards because of where metal is in the city. It would be a very complicated system because you would have to have a system that acknowledges the metal in the map.
Yeah.
But I think that you could create an Arkham-like game using a system where you're pushing towards points. And then have gunplay. I don't think the controls would be that crazy. Spider-Man with guns is a good point, Nicholas Reed. Insomniac would make the sickest Mistborn Era 2. And this being the, like, final fight level, fighting up this staircase would be the culmination of the game in a way that would be unfucking real. It would probably be 2 games, right? You'd want to break it up into different games. But fuck, man. This being the finale of a video game would be so fun. And, like, getting Wax and Wayne voiced. Like, get Matt Mercer and fucking, like, Nolan North to voice Wax and Wayne. Have I played Control before? I've never played Control before. Blue says, yeah, I do it how Code 76 describes, have the movement be a slow time mechanic to determine where you're going. Yeah, you could do it as a slow time thing. I just think that with the success of Spider-Man and Batman in terms of, like, moving around a city, getting to explore Ellendale and then Bilming as Wax, I think would be such a highlight of the game. You know what I mean? Like, I think building these, like, open worlds and having, opening the plot up to a little bit more, getting to go around and be a detective, and have this, have the center story be the same-ish, but have it be more of an open world kind of detective-y kind of game would be really incredible. Like, I would love to explore Ellendale as Wax. You would have to change the plot a little bit to open up the detective element, maybe, and that would be a little tough. I also don't know. I don't know. One of the things that would be tough, I think, would be how do you introduce the video game audience who's playing these for the first time to how important the plot of the first 3 books is? Because I don't know that the first 3 books would make the best game, honestly. I think that the kind of combat in Mistborn Era 1 is... I think there's elements of it that could be very fun game moments, but Vin is very taken along for the ride as other people are doing things in a way that I think that Wax is a little bit more active a video game protagonist than Vin is. Also, Vin just has too many powers, and I think that the Twinborn makes for better... the Twinborn makes for an easier video game experience by Wax not having all the powers except for in certain cutscenes. Whereas Vin, the Bands of Mourning at the end of book 3 would be a fun video game moment to play, like a video game cutscene where you like have like quick time moments to use the powers.
Would you make it so that you have to buy medals?
No, because Wayne's rich, or Wax is rich. Like you would get rid of that problem. Where like Wax is so wealthy right off the bat that that's not really a problem. Mm-hmm. The detective part is you just have your powers. So your powers would never really upgrade then? No, but your guns do. I think the upgrade system becomes going to Renette and like upgrading your guns. I think that finding aluminum bullets becomes a big part of the system. Yeah. Yeah. If I knew what the plot of these books were, I'd probably agree with you. Blue, this is why we love you. But, like, yeah, you have to, like, go to Renette to buy new grappling hooks and, like, all of the different, like, gadgets and things. You have to go to Renette and she takes shots at Wayne. You know what I mean? Like, there's... You would have, like, the fun of that. And I feel like Renette would exist within the game sort of the way the little... the guy who builds Kratos' gear in God of War.
The dwarf?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her attitude and his attitude, they kind of remind me of each other, but you would go to her for upgrades the same way you go to the dwarf in God of War.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a fun way to do.
So.
Yeah, it would be different. I'm not saying we're doing the exact same thing.
Oh, I just mean...
I'm just saying the gun upgrade system.
Which one?
The one that
upgrades... Renette.
What do you mean we go through Renette?
You're like, you think Renette personality and his personality, but which...
I mean, they're both kind of cantankerous people. It doesn't matter. The point I'm making is that you would go to them in this game similar to the way that you go to them in God of War.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think Mistborn Era 2 is built more for a video game than Mistborn Era 1 is.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the people around Wax being the same throughout the whole series.
Yeah.
It's not so much about, like, political upheaval.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, we're playing through Elend becoming king in Mistborn Era 1 would be harder to do as a game. Whereas Wax just being a detective is easier.
Yes, 100%.
And then you would get levels where you play as Marcy. And you would get levels where, you know, there would be sort of like Spider-Man Insomniac where you play as Mary Jane. I know people hate those levels. I don't. I think they're very fun. But they're a nice change of pace in those games.
Mm-hmm.
But... you would get to, like, have a level where you know, like, this is a Wayne level. Where you get to make speed bubbles. And this is a Marcy level that's built to use the speed bubbles.
When they throw Ciri in to play in The Witcher, and you're like, oh,
100%.
this is fun.
Yeah,
it's
100%. It feels different. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, Mistborn Era 2 as video games would be very fun. Anyway, sorry. That was a long road. I love the idea of Nolan North and Matt Mercer voicing Wax and Wayne.
Yeah.
I think they would do a really good job of it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Era 1 could be a Telltale game. I don't know. The way Vin moves is so much the fun of Era 1, and I think that in Telltale style, you would just be missing out on that.
Yeah.
Pink Armando says it could be 2-player and you can have one be Wax and one be Wayne. I don't think that would work.
You'd have to always have a 2-player then, like
No, I just don't think it would work because the player playing Wax would essentially be stopped so that the player playing Wayne can play their moments.
Right, with the speed bubbles, yeah. That'd be tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd have to have different missions and things. Yeah.
Yeah, you would have to, like, nerf the speed bubbles so that you're both in at this, like, you can only have speed bubbles you're both in, or I think that having the speed bubbles be like an optional mission thing that are built for the speed bubbles makes more sense than trying to force Wax's character to wait while the Wayne character does thing. I don't know how that would work.
No, 100%.
Yeah. But it would be more fun to be, like, in the middle of a fight and see, like, in the corner of your eye, Wayne drops a speed bubble. And so, like, if you shoot into that, your bullets basically don't do anything. And then Wayne pops out and, like, you have, like, a button where you can designate Wayne to go take out a guy, and, like, a speed bubble appears, and then Wayne gone. Like, gives you a high five and then ducks behind cover and that guy falls to the ground.
That's funny, yeah.
And so Wayne would have to, like, build up bend alloy charges, and you could spend them to have Wayne take guys out.
Yeah, that's very funny.
Yeah, and there's a system of, like, the further away from you Wayne is, if you call him to attack somebody, he's in more danger. And so Wayne has, like, a health bar, and the amount of health that gets taken off in taking someone out is dependent on how far away from you ask Wayne to go take somebody out. So if he has to go take out a sniper, he loses a bunch of health.
Yeah.
But if he has to take out someone who's, like, right around the cover from you, he loses only a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
And so it's a system of, like, you have to, like, use Wayne's health as a resource to have him attack people.
Yeah. I mean, it is.
I kind of love that idea.
It is literally a resource.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think that's honestly, I think it's great.
I don't know if you can tell. I want to be a game dev so bad, and I just don't get to be in life.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
We can make that happen for you if you want.
I know. Here's the thing about life.
Go back to school.
No, here's the thing about life. You actually have to choose how many jobs you have, and we already have too many.
Fair. That is absolutely fair.
I would love to design Mistborn Era 2 video game.
Yeah, that would be sick.
I really would love to design that because I think that I could come up with some fun ideas. But anyway. Insomniac, if you do want to give me a job and you want to build this together, let's call Brandon. Let's do it because I think that we could make something that would sell real fucking well.
Oh, I'm sure.
Better than this could ever be in live action. This series could never be. The idea of making this live action is insanity.
No, there's simply no way.
No, you've got to go animate. Brandon, call Studio Trigger. Call Studio Trigger and just have them make the Cosmere anime. It would be so sick. It would take 85 years to animate, but it would be so sick.
It would be worth it.
The team behind Cyberpunk Edgerunners doing fucking Mistborn.
Yeah.
No. Oh my god, you get a different anime studio for each planet.
Oh,
so like
that's
Studio
fun.
Trigger handles Mistborn, and then you get like that's the way to do it. So they're all connected. But when characters world hop, they world hop into a different animation style.
I feel like the people that did Attack on Titan would do Warbreaker.
Why Warbreaker?
I don't know, just the color, like the I don't know, the breaths.
Oh,
they're very creative in the ways that they use.
There's just not a lot of motion in that. Like because of the way Attack on Titan animators do the like 3-dimensional gear.
Oh,
I would love to see their take on Mistborn Era 1 and like their take on the Koloss.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fortiche, who did Arcane. Oh, I would want Arcane to do Roshar. I would want Fortiche to do Roshar.
That would take so long.
I know.
It's so expensive.
I know, but Roshar in the Arcane style, because the magic of Arcane has so many like smokes coming off things and like colorful lights embedded in like the gauntlets and things.
Yeah, the Stormlight.
They're like, I would love to watch. It would be
immaculate.
Arcane's animators do the fight between the Words of Radiance fight, the Honor is Dead fight, and the way in which the Stormlight starts to seep out of Adelin's armor as it gets busted up by the other people in their shard plate would be so fucking sick.
Yeah.
Anyway, chapter 62.
Yes. Anyways, Wayne is a cloud of death and kills hundreds of people on his way up the stairs. And it's like, all right, never doing that again.
When he pops up and just shoves the banister through everybody and they get bisected by the banister, holy shit.
Yeah.
Holy fucking shit. Yeah.
He's like, hey, God, never doing this again. You have no idea what you've asked of me. And God is like, Actually, though, just want to be very clear. And
weirdly, I do.
Yeah, crazy enough.
He shows Wax a, like, I don't know if it's intentional. I don't know if he shows it to him. It might be sort of this, just a, like, instinctual moment, but Wax
just him remembering.
Sees Sazed at the Battle of Luthadel.
Yeah, surrounded by bodies.
Yeah.
And I was like...
That moment hit real hard.
It did, yeah.
We listened to almost this entire thing in one drive while we were moving. And so we had to go back to our old house and get some stuff. And we listened to almost all this together. And this moment, we were both sitting there. Like, I was driving and we're just looking at each other like, holy shit, what is Wax doing? As he's just like, pang, pang, pang. The moment where it's like a mass of metal moving forward in a ball of destruction, just rising higher and higher and higher. I was like, oh my god, the blood, the gore, the viscera. Yeah, it's rough, buddy. So they get to the top, and Wayne is like, hey, man, that was a lot of killing. Maybe we give these people up here a shot to leave if they don't want to be, you know? I've always found the way Wayne, like, just knows how people are. It hasn't always been my favorite thing because of how it's been used. Yeah. But this was the perfect way to pay that off at the end of the series.
Absolutely.
I love, especially because Wayne dies, giving Wayne one final moment to connect with the everyman to save lives. Yeah. Great fucking choice.
Yeah, because they all leave.
And Wax not really having faith in it, but then turning around and just watching it work. Yeah. Beautiful.
Because he's like, I can't do that. But Wayne gets things that Wax doesn't sometimes, even though Wayne is a fucking idiot. Yeah. Like, he does get people, and he's gotten better at getting people, especially since, like, Renette, like, had that talk with him and was like, yo, buddy, you are hurting this girl, right? Yeah. So chapter 63 is this really incredible speech from Wayne. Yeah. That's like, we're going to let you go. just get out of here. This is not where you want to be. This is not what you're getting paid for. And these are all the thoughts that are going through your head. And I'm telling you, get out. And they do.
Yes.
They get the fuck out of there, which I would too.
Yeah, and like it's why the gondola moment with Wayne bugs me so much. Because it's one of the few times where Wayne takes advantage of someone who he is in a higher position than.
Yeah.
And I just wish that moment didn't exist. Mm-hmm. Like where he takes advantage of the gondola worker and doesn't pay him.
Yeah.
Like it's one of because this is who I think Wayne actually is. Mm-hmm. And I think that's just that was a misstep by Brandon Sanderson to have Wayne take advantage of a blue collar worker. Because I think that Wayne does, in my head, without that moment, Wayne never really takes advantage of blue collar people.
No, but there is that moment where he talks about sometimes like just not being able to control it.
Sure.
Which I find is really interesting to his character.
I find it more interesting when it's directed at people who are the haves. And it just really, it's
you know what I would
it's
love?
An outlier moment because it's the only time in the series where he takes advantage of someone who doesn't have as much as he does.
You know what I would have loved, like, honestly, is like Wayne does what he does in that moment, leaves, has that kind of like a moment of realization maybe later on, and just like leaves something in the boat, like, you know, like because I agree, I don't think that that's who he is as a person, and I think that sometimes he just does dumb shit and cannot help himself. But that he is the kind of person to make right by his wrongs, as clearly demonstrated with the girl whose dad he killed, right? Like,
100%.
And so I would have loved, just a little moment where he just like drops something off in a boat that he knows.
Or he leaves like Wax's watch behind, or, you know, something. Mm-hmm. It's just a moment that so stands out to me because it was where I was like, even the thing I like about Wayne, which is that he is for the everyman. He isn't really. He's so wealthy and he's willing to
he wasn't wealthy
take advantage of this man's time. No, he was. He was. He's so rich. He lives at Wax's house and has access to all of Wax's money. Even before he was independently wealthy.
Okay.
He still had access to all of Wax's money.
All right, that's
like he just didn't. And like it's
he was rich. He wasn't the same rich, but he was rich. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not rich, but if I were to stiff an Uber driver, I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, especially as someone who, like, I always tip my Uber drivers. Mm-hmm. I tip my coffee shop. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not interested in, and I'm not wealthy, but, like, I have enough money where I can take care of, and look, I worked in service industry for so long that, like, I'm just not going to fuck my waiter over. The only time I've ever fucked my waiter over recently was because we overheard them making a comment about someone at our table. And I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to tip you if you're going to fucking, like, say shit about someone with us.
Yeah.
And I didn't tip them because they made a comment about the weight of someone at our table. And I was like, genuinely, I know that you didn't think that we would hear you, but we did, so fuck you. But other than that, like, even if service isn't great, actually, I still tip well.
Did we tip the person who tried to gaslight me into saying it wasn't black pepper on my steak? Because I don't know if we did.
No, but we also didn't pay anything at that table.
No, we bought, I thought we paid for one of the meals.
No, we paid for because we shared the steak. We paid for, I think I paid for my cocktail. Our bill at that meal was like $18.
Yeah.
And we did not tip. Yeah. We didn't tip there either. But like.
And that's it.
Yeah.
That's because the woman brought my steak back from the kitchen after having taken it. Been like, the kitchen says that they didn't put black pepper on it. And I was like, you can literally see it. And she's like, well, I don't know. Like, insane.
Yeah.
But no, I agree that like.
This moment is just so good for Wayne that I wish.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, chat.
You're gonna let them see it first?
No.
Because they're here live?
No, that's not done yet. I'm not gonna share it till it's done.
Okay.
What do you think, though?
Looks great. Nerdy's got some art that he's gonna be sharing with you guys soon.
I cannot. I've got One Piece art. I'm so excited to share with you guys.
Yeah. Very cool. I don't know. I think it'd be fun if you put the progress stuff up for patrons at least. Like, I think that'd be...
I don't know that I can. So I don't want to...
No, I mean, just ask, right? Like,
that
might not be an issue. It might be fun.
I just want to I don't have permission to show it yet, and so I haven't paid her yet. Yeah. It's not mine yet.
Oh,
I don't want to, I don't want to be inappropriate.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to share this art with you guys. It's so good. She drew me as a captain in One Piece, and I have my own ship, and I'm so excited to share it with you guys. Anyway, It's gonna be so sick. Anyway. Where are we?
All of the officers up top, or
they flee.
The office
and it's
workers.
An incredible Wayne moment. I fucking love it.
And then their doppelgangers pop up, and they're like, hey, you know what we should do this time? We should just swap, Yeah. Yeah, do a little switcheroo.
Which...
They hand them a pineapple.
Yeah. What?
Isn't the pineapple for...
Oh, no, it's an upside down pineapple. If the pineapple's right side up, it's not swinging. If it's upside down, it's swinging.
Right, okay, yeah. They swing.
Yeah. Well, they more swap.
Sure, fine.
Yeah. It's not a hard swap, it's a soft swap, because they do kind of bounce back once, but they soft swap.
Yeah, happy for them. Try new stuff.
Jonathan O'Neill says, do you have a wanted poster also? Go to the Discord. There is a wanted poster. It's pinned of me in the bad Sanji wanted poster style. It's so funny.
Oh, God. Okay.
Yeah. It's so good. Whoever made that was incredible. I would love a real wanted poster one day, but...
Yeah, one day.
This one's just for now. This is going to be the new channel art, because I don't like the look of that channel right now.
Chapter 64... the community, this is when they take all the power out of the pool. Mercy recharges all of her grenades that she can. And there's troops that she can see that have is it red armor and red eyes? Yeah. And then gold hair and gold skin.
They look like the Guardians of the Galaxy to... the people that Adam Warlock comes from in the Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
In red armor, yeah.
Yeah. And so, Adam Warlock, canonically, a Cosmere character.
She can, feel the intent of them to come through the portal. So they're like, okay, we gotta drain it. And then realizes...
She drops her grenades through, and so they're coming through the portal, and then the people behind her are like, fuck.
Yeah.
They get more time to burn through because she's like,
she drops the slowdown.
The portal. Gave. Are my powers useless?
Yeah, that was great.
Did you say my powers were useless?
Honestly, that moment was so fucking banging.
Suck on my dick real slowly, bitch.
Real slow. You're in a fucking time bubble. Yeah, that's gonna be clipped. That is not slow enough. Could you imagine how fast that would be in real time? Jesus Christ.
What is this show?
You're a nightmare.
What is this show?
New GIF for the Discord and the channel. Because I want to add that to the Giphy keyboard.
Please don't add that to Twitter.
I want to be able to comment on every Twitter post.
It's just me going...
Yeah, exactly.
What streamer doesn't have a GIF of them sucking cock? You know what I mean?
Probably a lot, yeah.
Some people do air guitar, and some people do air cock sucking. And I do both.
Sure. Yeah.
Practically Card says, I remember we got a glimpse of red eyes a while back and you were disappointed the fused were showing up here too. Yeah, I didn't want this to be the fused are the enemy of the Cosmere.
Yeah, that would have been weird.
Because the fused, it's weird because I don't...
Just pick a different color eye. They could be orangey yellow. I don't know, fucking...
Yeah.
Why red?
Because red makes people angry.
The blood of angry men.
Red as a color inherently makes the human brain mad.
Then why would you make stop signs red? People don't like having to wait for other people.
No, but it's because we recognize them very
away.
Well. And because your brain does have an emotional connection to seeing it.
Yeah.
Whereas blue makes it's why all the social media.
But is that an instinctual one or is that a learned one because we've made everything red?
No, I think it has. I think it has to do genuinely. I think it has to do with what things are what colors in nature. I think that because water is blue, water is safe, and water is community, and red is poison, and red is
But red is not poison because we have strawberries and we have raspberries and we have
right. But a lot of red berries are poison, and so it took it,
really.
Yeah, and so we have to know which ones are which.
Purple. Purple is the poison color.
Well, no, but blackberries are purple.
They are definitely. I'm pretty sure that purple is the biologically trained color as the danger poison color.
I also think that it's because I think that a lot of what you would see as red in early cultures would be blood, and if blood is outside your body, that's a bad thing.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
You know what I mean? If you're seeing red, you're seeing blood, and that's a oh, we need to lock in moment. Anytime you bleed, especially before disinfectants and things, bleeding is very dangerous. And so seeing red on the outside of your body is not good.
Okay.
Yeah, James Ross and I are on the same page about this. they use up the last of the power. Chapter 65. Wayne and Tax, his name is Dumad, apparently. And her name is Gertruda, which I just find Gertruda to be a very funny name.
Yeah, not my favorite.
And they fight. And so Wayne is so rich now that he has so much bend alloy that he's basically using the fact that Dumad is a leecher to make Dumad thinks that he's not going to have powers, and then still has powers because he has so much bend alloy on him that they just don't see coming because it's so expensive. And I think it's a brilliant payoff of that like comedic scene of him becoming so rich, is allowing it to be this moment where because Wax is like, he's a leecher, don't get too close, and he's like, oh no, I'm gonna get all the way up in his ass.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be fist deep in his little rectum. And he's all up in him, and he doesn't let Dumad get outside of his bubbles. Similarly, Wax is like, I'm not going to get too far away from Gertruda. I'm going to stay just close enough that I'm in her bubbles.
Yes,
and
exactly.
They fight. The fight goes on for a while. It's a great fight.
Great fight. There's some handcuffing involved.
Yes, kinky.
Yeah.
I do like that Wayne cuffs himself to Dumad so that when they fly up in the air, they come crashing down together. And thankfully Wayne survives. But Wayne is, at the end of the fight, Wayne is like, Wax, why didn't you just like go up high and shoot her? And Wax's reasoning being that she would just waste time, and it's the resource we don't have.
Yeah.
Real time is the one resource they don't actually have in this battle. And so fighting her in her speed bubbles actually saves them real time. So it actually makes more sense to fight her in the speed bubbles.
Because it went by so fast. Yeah.
Yes.
And also him being like, my bullets are not having any effect, but the bullets are to show me where the metal mines are, was so smart. Right? Because being able to separate those from her is what made the fight, right?
Yeah.
Like, just having that level of awareness, which is, I mean, I can't imagine shooting someone and being like, I see a glint of metal, and being convinced that's not a bullet. Like, I don't know how my eyes would do that, but I guess if it's something that you're very used to,
yeah,
it's a kill shot, obviously.
Yeah, and so Wax shoots Gertruda in the head. Wax spends most of the fight trying to figure out where her metal mines are in her, and he realizes it's in her left arm, and so he switches to like basically a grenade launcher round and blows her arm off of her body, and then he pops her in the head, and she's finally dead. Yeah. And Wayne and Dumad go flying high into the air above the clouds, and then they start flying towards the ground. Dumad... Well,
because Dumad likes to duralumin push.
Yeah, right? He loves it.
Yeah, he loves it.
Because he's got a flask that has duralumin and steel in it.
He's like, I'm just going to, re-up it until he realizes that Wayne has stolen that from him.
Yeah, that's the problem with fighting a pickpocket, is if you need an item on your body. What he should have done is he should have had a camelback with a straw so that he could have just...
Like Twin Soul.
Sipped some metals.
Yeah. That makes sense, actually. But now I fucked up.
In the future, when they invent camelbacks for skiing and snowboarding, then...
Alamancers are going to co-opt that technology.
They're always going to have a little straw that like comes out of their suit. That they're like,
nom.
All right, let's fight.
Yeah. Yeah. So they fall to Dumad's death, and Wayne can heal, so he's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he barely survives. Wayne uses the last of his healing, basically. And then...
Ooh, Emberice is a tooth capsule. Do you imagine if you're just like... And you just like get your metals back, just a little bit? What?
Yeah, I don't know that... That's interesting.
I don't know. I've never broken a tooth capsule, so I don't actually know.
Yeah, we're not in the CIA.
Yeah.
That you know of. This podcast is actually a psyop. It's just a really ineffective one, given the audience size.
Wow.
We're a psyop for 1,000 people.
Yeah.
It's a really committed psyop to a very small group of
We've been doing
mostly
this for years.
Kind, well-intentioned people.
Years.
I'm not sure what we're trying to convince you of, but we're trying to convince you of something for the CIA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, Wayne...
You weren't supposed to admit it. Sorry, Blue. Oh, no.
Oops.
We broke the one rule.
We don't talk about Fight Club. Wayne also puts in a little earring so we can talk to Harmony, which takes us to chapter 66. Blue, no. Now you'll have to be green. I'm so sorry.
That was so stupid.
What?
It was such a dumb joke.
What? Could have picked any color. Red.
So blue was your handler? Yes, blue was our handler.
Yeah.
Why do you think he's a mod here? He's making sure that we're not doing anything we're not supposed to.
Misbehaving.
Yeah, he's not here to watch you guys. He's here to watch us.
Yeah, that's why he hasn't read the books.
James Ross and Arzu are here to watch you guys.
Yeah.
Blue is here to watch us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We need a babysitter.
Yeah.
Chapter 66.
We're actually replacing our mods with AI. So pretty soon... Everything you guys say here will be used against you in a
Shut the fuck up.
artificial intelligence court of law with an AI judge.
I hate it.
Yeah.
They blew your cover. Nicholas Reed. Jesus Christ. I hate it.
Can you imagine having an AI court where like you have to go to court and like it's you, like say you get like a speeding ticket, you have to go to court. And the judge is AI, your lawyer's AI, and the cop's lawyer's AI. And it's just you and the cop listening to 3 AIs talk to each other and hope that you're just looking at each other like...
So would you be able to train your AI lawyer to lie for you? Because a lot of clients confide in their lawyers the actual truths and then they warp and manipulate it. Like, would that be a capability? Like,
I think
where you have to lie to your lawyer?
Well, I think people already lie to their lawyers. But...
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We are locking them up in our basement, Skepcat, but feeding them is expensive, so outsourcing to AI is just going to be... Someone's going to have AI moderators on Twitch soon. Someone will do it. It's going to be a disaster.
Yeah, that's true.
It's going to be a real nightmare. Because so many people are just going to get banned for like...
I just think if AI cannot understand sports, how can it understand a court of law?
I think a court of law is actually much easier for an AI to understand than sports.
No, because it has to do with, like, emotional nuance. Like...
Oh, I don't think an AI could be a jury. But, like, I think that an AI judge would understand... I think that an AI judge could understand, like, objecting. No, but you need the lawyers
to play to the, like, emotions of the jury.
Right, but they're not allowed to. Like, I think an AI... I think that sometimes judges allow for more of that than is technically allowed. And so an AI could potentially do a good job of, like... keeping the train on the rails, but an AI judge wouldn't... I don't think an AI judge could handle, like, sentencing. Although, an AI judge might be more fair in sentencing to people of color than our judges are, so... like
that's true, because they're struggling to make the AI racist.
Yeah. Like,
Elon really, really wants Grok to be racist, and Grok is like, sorry, buddy, I can't do that.
The one element of, like, judges in the United... and all of this is, talking about the United States, but, like, judges are historically... harsher on people of color in sentencing than white people, and so in that way an AI judge could be better. Mm-hmm. They would probably be worse about everything else, but all hail woke Grok.
James Ross says Legal Eagle says AI lawyer was tried.
We're not there yet, though. I'm saying in the future. Right now, yeah, the AI lawyer right now is terrible.
Yeah, no.
Just feed it some Twitter and get racist really fast. I still like Twitter. And so the way that I have enjoyed Twitter lately is that I just mute anything about politics, whether it's good or bad. So anytime anything political comes up, I just mute it. And like I've muted Barack Obama, I've muted Donald Trump, I've muted anything that is slightly political. And now my Twitter is only
sports
and Critical Role.
Okay.
And I've been happier. I've been muting people I agree with. Because I don't need to... I get it. I get better news from other sources. Yeah. That it just
Twitter's the worst place for news. Twitter used to be an incredible news source.
It used to be, yeah.
And now it is one of the worst.
Yes.
Like, the downfall has been truly phenomenal.
Well, and because people are paying for their bots to be verified, so their replies are pushed to the top, so the... sources that are not legitimate are getting pushed to the For You page. So I'm just literally muting anything political, and Twitter is realizing I don't want to see politics, but Twitter wants me on Twitter. Yeah. And so they're showing me the things I want, and it's actually made my Twitter so much better, even though it does mean I'm not really following people who I do like their stuff.
Yeah.
I have to make my Twitter non-political because it's not worth it. There's no value to politics on Twitter anymore.
Yeah.
I am still engaging in politics in other places where I think that the information is stronger, and that has made my social media experience much better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't follow it for politics. Politics on social media at this point is useless because of the way the algorithms are catering it. And Yeah, I don't know.
What a world that we live in.
Yeah. It's getting bad because people just believe lies.
Yeah.
And like the real problem for the Republicans right now is the Republican Party, mostly MAGA, but the Republican Party as a whole has a problem where because there's no accountability for them anymore, and the goal of the Republican Party right now is to accomplish all of their goals no matter what. Anytime anyone on the right lies about something, everybody else just has to go along with it, because to admit that any element of it is wrong means to start holding people to account, but they don't want to do that. And so they're weirdly following into this like integrity spiral where no Republican is allowed to say that anything any other Republican has said is wrong. And so they just all have to go along with whatever lie anybody comes up with. Mm-hmm. And it's working. It's been incredibly successful.
Yeah.
But it does mean that the right is burdened by lies that at times contradict each other, but you just kind of have to go with it.
Yeah.
And even conservatives who I very much agree with on 80% of their politics 10 years ago now have to like thread this weird needle. Sorry, this is so political. Can I just say what I think is going on?
Yeah, go for it.
I think that the Republican politicians are banking on Trump dying before the economy gets so bad that they can't turn it around with the power that they have.
Right.
And I think that I think their genuine plan right now is to, when Trump dies, be seen as having been so pro-Trump all the way to the end that they can become the arbiters of the strength of the MAGA movement into fixing those problems. If they go against Trump now, they get primaried out and they lose all their power. Mm-hmm. But if they just agree with all of this nonsense until he dies, if Trump was 60, I think we would be seeing a different pushback because they wouldn't think that he is close to death. Mm-hmm. But I think right now the actual strategy, and I think it's why all these companies are paying him off, I think that they're viewing giving Trump $10 million, $25 million as a temporary way of just staying in business until he dies, so that they can all then pivot towards trying to save this shit. Mm-hmm. But if they try and go against him now, they just lose power, or as the business, or for businesses,
they lose the ability to do that later.
Yeah. And so I genuinely, it's why I think people are just like going, give him $10 million. It actually doesn't matter. Once he's gone, we will be able to pivot out of this. But dealing with him right now is impossible. And it does feel like that is the strategy everybody is going with. On the right, they're like, they know it's lies. Like, they know they not all of it, but a lot of this shit just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I think that they're banking on that, and banking on being able to take power in the wake of his death. And if he was 60, I think they would look very different, because it is clear, like, the economy's in bad shape. Like, it's just clearly in bad shape. And I think that everyone knows that it's in bad shape, but the Republicans who have power and control over everything have no plan to make it better. Like, there's no strategy to turn it around, right? Every strategy right now is spend money on stuff that is not based on the economy and make the economy worse constantly to feed the ego of this one man. And it just seems like everyone is hoping he dies before they can save it. And that's crazy to me. I think that's the bad strategy, but it is the only option they have because Trump's power over the voting base for Republicans is so incredible.
Yeah. Like,
it is remarkable how much his words have value, considering how nonsensical his words often are. It's just a very interesting scenario.
I'm really proud of you.
Why?
Because that's very optimistic.
Oh, no, it's not optimistic, because I think that the economy's actually too far gone.
Oh, I don't mean that, but I mean you are optimistic about people's intentions, and I'm just very proud of you for that.
I don't know how you view what I just said as optimism.
In terms of all of the options that we are presented with here, you are choosing the option that these people are trying to invest in banking in the future by like fucking around now, then they're just all either very terrible or very stupid.
No, but I'm saying they're very terrible. I'm saying that their hope is that they can do all of their evil shit after he's dead, but without the bad economic pointless shit that he's doing.
Why would they wait to do the evil shit? Because Trump wouldn't
No,
care
they're doing the evil shit now. Because
Yeah.
they're agreeing with Trump because it allows them to do the evil shit in the hopes that he dies before he wrecks the economy. But they don't get to do the evil shit if they turn on Trump now because he's destroying the economy.
Why? Why can't they just do whatever they want right now?
Because Trump apparently listens to whoever is in the room with him.
Yeah, and so if you pay money to get in the room with Trump and you
But if you say that his economic policies are bad, you're not in the room anymore. You have to agree with the nonsense tariff bullshit right now. I don't think all these people agree with the tariffs. I think they all know the tariffs are bad. I think they're just like, well, we'll just let the tariffs drag the economy down for a little bit so that we can do all the racist stuff. I don't know how that's optimistic.
I guess, yeah, it depends on what you believe their, like, plans are.
Okay, I want to be very clear.
The way that you phrase
this is
that,
not optimistic. I am saying that they are willing...
The way that you phrase that, it made it sound like they, like, had better plans.
No.
We're just holding off on them.
No. I want to be very, very clear. I think that they are allowing Trump's bad economic policy to destroy the economy slowly so that they can do all of the racist stuff with the intention of fixing the economic side when he dies and getting rid of the tariffs.
Gotcha.
I'm saying I don't think it's going to work. I'm not optimistic about this. I think it's bad. But I do think that they are going to try and... I think he dies, the tariffs go away. Like, immediately. They don't make any sense. They're not helping anything.
Yeah.
They're not bringing in enough money to pay down the national debt. The national debt is still going up. They're just a tax on American corporations, which Republicans historically don't like. Mm-hmm. Like, conservatives don't like taxes on corporations. And so it's just a weird... That's what I think is happening. I think that they're like, we can get away with all this racism, and all we have to do is let Trump's ego slowly destroy the economy, and hopefully he dies before that he destroys it too much.
All right.
Is what I think is happening. I genuinely think that is like the strategy behind all of this. Sorry if that's negative. But yeah, to think that I'm being optimistic is...
Yeah,
funny.
You were not clear on what you thought the, strategy, the end goals for what these plans were. But it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Chapter 66. Wax is definitely concerned about trying to get rid of God. It's like, yo, Telson's got, like, God powers and shit. And that's going to be an issue to deal with. And Harmony's like, well, I might be able to, like, temporarily separate her from autonomy.
Yeah, he's going to unplug the router for a moment.
Yeah, let it reboot, which is nice.
Yeah.
Blue, yes, we frequently have these kinds of discussions on book club because that's what book club is. It's book club and politics.
Well, and I think that, like, autonomy as a god has brought out these discussions because of the, like...
Yeah.
Last week we talked a lot about great man theory, and this is... You know, I think that the reality of... I think the reality of what autonomy's sort of goal is in destroying society is very similar to how we are watching society get destroyed.
Yeah.
So it's just, it's hard, you know, and we're watching Peacemaker right now. Like, it's hard not to watch to engage with this media and not see the parallels, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse
me. So yeah, they get to the top, and Wax is like, all right, let's stop the bomb. And Telson is just kind of standing there, uncaring. Mm-hmm. And Wax is like, fuck. That's not the bomb.
No, it's not.
You couldn't get the rocket to work. Ah, shit, you failed.
Yeah.
And she's like, I didn't fail, Wax. It's on a boat headed for Ellendale. And he's like, thank you for telling me that. I wouldn't have known.
Does she tell him?
Yeah. Yeah, she's straight up is like, it's on a boat. You can't stop it.
I thought he saw the boat. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he looks and he sees the boat, and she's like, damn it.
Oh, I guess she tells him, like, that she's
not like, hey, it's on a boat.
No,
like,
you're right. It's on a boat, yeah. It's got some flippy floppies.
Oh. It's got a nautical theme, pashmina Afghan.
Yeah, I know. He figures out that it's a boat, but then she kind of reveals a lot that does help him eventually.
Yeah.
Dang it, you caught me monologuing.
Yeah. She's like, hey, Wax, I actually hate you. He's like, wow, okay, wow, cool, thanks, sis.
I do find it interesting in that she's like, you've never stopped any of my plans before. And I would argue he has.
Oh, what?
Well, he stopped Miles in the first book.
That's not her plan.
I guess that's Edwards.
Yeah.
I just don't... She's so confident about him not having stopped any of her plans before. And in reading that, I didn't really know what she was talking about.
She's got plans on plans, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
She got this far, you know.
Yeah. I don't really know what... I think I don't really know what Telsin has accomplished at this point.
Because she hasn't really been in the forefront of the books.
Yeah.
So far. Yeah.
So just her being like, you've never stopped me before, Wax. I was like, okay, but I don't think the sample size is large enough for you to say that that's going to be consistent.
Well, we don't know.
You know what I mean? Like, it's sort of like playing one football game against a team, and then your team being like, well, we beat them that one time, so they'll never beat us again. And it's like, well, that's not a large enough sample size.
Children, like they...
Did she have evil plans as a child that he was stopping, that he was failing to stop?
Yeah, it sounds like she was always manipulative.
Yeah, to go drinking, though, like, I don't know. It just, it doesn't... Being like, when we were kids, I got away with shit. And being like, okay, well, we're adults now, Telsin. Like,
and she's gotten away with shit this whole time. He did not know she was part of the set. He did not know any of her plans. So clearly he didn't stop any of them.
He survived. He got the beds of morning and got away. She had to crawl away bleeding the last time they were together.
He survived, but they still, like, neither of them really won the exchange.
I think that if you have to crawl away bleeding from an interaction because you got shotgunned...
Okay, then Wax also
and you had to
win.
sneak away in the night.
Nobody won.
I mean, all of Wax's people survived.
Okay.
And he got the bands of mourning. I would argue he won. She snuck away with nothing. She got nothing out of that interaction.
I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. I just think her confidence in this felt very goofy to me. I was like, come on. I'm not gonna lie. Autonomy's sort of a tough villain. In that Autonomy, like, doesn't really care. You know what I mean? Like, there's that level of, like, nah, I'll get him next time. Odium as a, like, villain, the Ruin in Era 1, they felt like they were, like, so into this plan. And Autonomy, weirdly, because Telsin isn't really the villain of the series until the end of Bands of Mourning, and so Autonomy and Telsin kind of become the villain for the last book. It's been 6 years. Maybe they've been doing stuff in the interim. Maybe not. It doesn't feel like a lot's changed. Telsin just sort of put all of her chips on this one plan. She doesn't feel like she's been built up as this, like, 4-book villain in the same way. And Autonomy sort of cares, sort of doesn't care if this works or not. And so it's just, as the, like, finale to a 4-book series, I do sort of wish the villain was a little bit more ingrained. I felt, because I felt like the connection between Wax and Miles' 100 Lives in the first book was so strong. It was my favorite part of that book, was that they had these parallel lives and they led to this moment, and the conflict between the two of them was this, like, conflict between these two men who have these two lives that have been lived in parallel that lead up to this fight, right? Yeah. And they fight throughout the book and they interact a couple of times. And I did find that this felt a little bit anticlimactic in that Wax sees his sister and is like, well, this isn't the actual problem, goes hemologically, spikes himself, and then fucks off to another place. Like, it felt like this encounter should have been the, like, pinnacle of the book for Wax. And it just sort of feels like a moment for him to be like, your princess is in another castle, and so he goes to the other castle. Yeah. Yeah. And so, I don't know, the villain wasn't as good as the moments around the villain were for me.
Yeah, because, like you said, Autonomy doesn't really care.
100%. Yeah, no, and I think that the other moments are good enough that I don't mind as much, but if I were to levy some criticisms at this book that I've said is very good, and I think is very good, that would be one of them, is that the villain's kind of fine. I don't really care that much about Autonomy. I don't really care that much about Telsin.
Sure.
Telsin's betrayal at the end of book 3 is more interesting than anything she does in book 4.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. You know what I think part of it is? Telsin is in this book but it's never to do anything. Every time we see Telson, it's just to stall. Mm-hmm. The conversation on the rooftop earlier in the book, this conversation, every time we see Telson in this book, it's just her talking on rooftops to just slow Wax down.
Yeah.
And that to me is just, she's not very active. Everything she does has already been done.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, can she get Wax talking?
Mm-hmm.
It's sort of weak to me. She could have been a much stronger villain in that the Dumont Gertruda fight feels like a big climax.
Mm-hmm.
And then the boat stuff feels like a big climax. And the talk with Telson just feels like Telson wasting time again.
Yeah, because it was, yeah.
Yeah, I just think having so much of her character be just wasting time is a weird choice to me.
Fair.
For the big villain of the fourth book, the end of Mistborn Era 2, she just kind of wants you to not be somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
fine.
pretty much.
Yeah. That's how I feel. Do you disagree? Do you agree?
No, I agree. I think that's pretty... Yeah, I think that it's... I think that is pretty clear, and that if that is what matters to you, then it will be like a bit of a drag on the book. But for me, like, I didn't really notice because I was caught up in the emotional scenes between the characters.
Yeah.
And so it just didn't really matter to me.
That's fair. Yeah. But I think that it doesn't matter in either direction, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say, I did find if Telson isn't connected to autonomy, she dies, an easy out for the book. Because it meant that Wax didn't really have to deal with her.
I mean, yeah, would you wanted him to have to fucking murder his sister? Like,
No, I just mean that, like, he didn't have to do anything. He didn't really have to engage with it. There was no... Like, he didn't have to arrest her, or there wasn't any worry about anything. Because it was like, okay, all we have to do is stop autonomy, and then my sister dies. It's an easy out, that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chapter 67, we cut over to Steris, best girl, who has been running the evacuation. And she finds out that there's a ship headed for the harbor, and she is able to put together...
They're like, a single warship, that's nothing. And she's like, wait a minute.
And so she is like, oh my god, we're doing this all wrong. We have to go get everyone away from the docks. And the one thing I know about this life is Wax will be where he needs to be. That woman has faith in her husband.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Nicholas Reed says she ironically can't survive autonomously. Very funny.
Yeah, right?
Very, very funny. And so, yeah, the mayor governor wants to run away. And he's like, okay, we're going to definitely die. And Steris like, look, if you come with me and do this...
I have a plan.
You're a hero.
Yeah, I have a plan, and you will save lives.
Yeah.
If you stay with me.
Chapter 68. So we cut back to Marasi, and they flee out into the streets. And we get to see, it's the only real moment we get with the bunker people. Mm-hmm. But it's such a fascinating moment because Armel is like looking out at the city and realizing she's been lied to. They go see the projector room and they go out, and Armel is like, did you appreciate the last 7 years?
Yeah.
And I'm like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
What does that mean? How do you answer that question?
Yeah. And Marcy's like, it's like, how do I answer that? Have I really... It's been 7 years. Have I really given it my all? Have I lived life? Have I appreciated what I've had?
Have I eaten enough of that Malwish Boys baked goods?
Apparently not. It is one of those like really tough questions. It's like you can't just be like, oh yeah, sure, 100%.
Well, because
that would be disingenuous.
How do you appreciate life as you're living it? It's a tough thing to do. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, there's moments where I'm able to slow down and be like, oh, I'm so grateful I'm here. Mm-hmm. You know, there's moments of it, but then most of the time it's just doing it. Like, life is just in the living. It's not really like, you know, we can talk about appreciating life. Mm-hmm. But how do you slow down to appreciate life is a really tough question.
It's hard to do.
I love being married to you. I love what we do with our life. I love our life. And I think that it's so special. And even I complain constantly about how I feel. You know?
Yeah.
And our life is wonderful, and I know that like we have so many conversations about the difficulties of it. And I like to think that I'm appreciating it in the moment, and that it's just okay to acknowledge when things are hard, right?
Yeah.
And when you don't know what you're doing and you're just trying to survive. But at the same time, like,
I'm sure you haven't felt like you're living life doing that drive back and forth.
No, the last month has been really tough.
Yeah, it's been tough, but...
Not having a bathroom in this house has been really, like, it's been tough. And, like, it's, you know, it's added all these complexities to every day.
But it is all in service of living life, in a way.
Yeah.
Like, all of those threads do connect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also haven't seen Saving Private Ryan, so...
Yes, you have.
No.
Yeah, I thought you told... What?
No, I've never seen... I know the reference to the beach scene at the beginning of the movie from Sausage Party, but I've never seen the movie.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I've never seen it.
I thought you had.
No, I know the reference to the like beach scene because so many movies do like a reference. The beach scene is referenced in a lot of other film, so I've seen like the dust in that. But
okay.
You said you saw it at one point? No.
Yeah, I thought you had.
No. I've never seen the whole movie. I know Saving Private Ryan. I like know references to Saving Private Ryan because it's a movie that's referenced in so many other pieces of media.
But how would you know it was referencing that movie if you hadn't seen it?
Because people talk about it and they're like, oh, they reference Saving Private Ryan.
Oh.
When they talk about, like, when I used to talk about movies with my friends, like, we would talk about in that, like, you know, like, I would go see movies with people and they would talk about that. I know that beach reference of, like, the dust and them, like, it's bloody and they're crawling across the beach because of other movies doing that scene and it being a reference to Saving Private Ryan.
Okay.
But I don't know anything about the movie other than the beach scene.
Well, I know it's a war movie.
If I said I saw it, I have not. I don't know why I would have said that. I wonder what I would have said that in reference to.
I don't know.
But no, yeah, I've never seen Saving Private Ryan.
All right.
It's Saving Private Ryan. When did I say I saw it, James Ross?
I don't know. I was under the impression that you'd seen it as well.
No, I'm aware of it because of the beach moment, and that's it.
Jeez.
Saving Ryan's Privates. Oh, interesting. I might have seen that one.
Have you seen Finding Forrester? No, I don't know that movie.
That one I don't even know a reference to.
No, I have no idea.
You were giving Clarissa a hard time about not Saving Private Ryan? Oh, I might have been joking to give Clarissa a hard time. I do sometimes give Clarissa a hard time, but no, I've never seen the movie. I need to be careful about that.
Yeah, fucking asshole.
It was a long time ago. Yeah, that might have just been me taking an opportunity to take a jab at my wife.
Wow. You haven't seen this movie? Ryan's I haven't.
No. I do sometimes like to just like tease at you.
Oh my god.
That's interesting. I do wonder, like, in early content, I think if you were to go back to early content, I think that I might have said more stuff that like was me trying to put on something than I do now. I'm curious.
I don't know. I don't watch our content.
Yeah, I just mean that when we first started out, I know that I think that I was definitely more of a character.
You're trying to be funny.
I was trying to be something online. Mm-hmm. And I think that it took a while to figure out how to be me online and like just like settle into it and not feel like I'm like putting something on all the time. Especially like when we were doing the nightly morning show, like that show, I was like just trying to create something. Yeah. I mean, I didn't know how to be whatever we are now. I don't know if it's an influencer or whatever, but...
Are you influenced, chat?
Go donate to Power Word Meal.
Yeah. Take that.
Chapter 69. Oh, chapter 68 ends with Marcy looking up and the Shah is exploded at the top. I love that we kind of knew immediately what that was.
Oh, yeah.
We were in the car and we were like, did he just... Oh, no, he derailed. I didn't think it was Humourgy, though. I thought he took the red cap thing off and became an element, and became a Mistborn.
Oh,
I always thought that's what this was going to be.
Yeah, no, because they were like, looked at the spikes, they like looked at the body.
Yeah. Oh, no, yeah, that was what it was. No. Yeah. Right. They looked, because he looks down through the roof at the bodies, and I was like, oh, Dralman spikes. Yeah.
Yes.
Chapter 69, we are with a sailor.
Yeah.
And... he is on the deck of the ship.
Yeah.
And he is the worst cult member ever.
I guess.
He doesn't know what's going on.
Well, yeah, because they're about to be exploded.
I know, but it seems like everybody else on the ship does, and it seems like he's the only person on the ship who isn't aware they're on a suicide mission, which I just think is, in
Poor
a very
guy.
dark way, so funny. To do like a crew-wide suicide mission and be like, guys, we're gonna bring one guy, he's not gonna know what we're doing.
God. Could you imagine?
Like, it's like the weirdest practical joke ever.
Waxilium gets himself onto the ship with Wayne because they blasted themselves from the tower.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how the fuck they aimed that. That was very impressive. It just got like a big old spike.
Yeah. It's like through one of the ribs. There's a very specific spot it has to be.
He read the book that Death gave
Yeah.
him a bunch of times, and he's like, I know just intrinsically how to do this, which is very useful.
Yeah.
There's like a specific like spot that you gotta go. Because later on, Wayne is like, I think you spiked me wrong. He's like, nope, if I did that, you would be in incredible amounts of pain.
Telson wakes up and sees everything destroyed around her, and someone is like, they took spikes from the boys. And so Autonomy is like, I just want to let you know, I'm gonna kill you if they succeed, so have fun. So Telson just has to stand on a rooftop and wait to die.
Pretty much.
Which is so dark and sad. Like, obviously bad woman, but like, can you imagine just like staring out at a boat and being like, if my brother does what my brother always does, which is save the city, I'm just gonna die here soon.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll just wait here. Can anyone get me like some chocolate cake or something so I have like a last meal?
I would love a last meal.
Can I have like a ice cream cone with like salted caramel dip sauce?
Last meal?
That'd be a fun one. Yeah. What would your last meal be?
The perfectly baked lemon meringue tart.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Maybe a milkshake in there too, because I wouldn't feel the after effects of it, you know?
I would have Chalongo's tiramisu from Becco on 46th Street.
Damn. All right.
Yeah.
Specific.
Yeah. It's a good fucking tiramisu. Made by an absolute insane man who I love so much.
I'm so sad I never got to take you to the malt shop that I went into Toronto all the time, that it like closed, because they had, best baked goods, best lemon meringue tart, amazing milkshakes. Oh, so good.
And so Wax intimidates Wellid. We come back, and he's like, "It's downstairs in the place where cargo goes on a ship."
Yeah.
You're not gonna believe this.
Yeah. So he shoves him off the ship.
Yeah. Wayne still pushes him, revealing that Wayne was like, "Well, if you get a spike, I get a spike."
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. It's all about balance, harmony, if you will.
Yes, I'm sure it's not just jealousy. And then they go, and Sazed is like, "Hey, there's 3 bombs.
Here's how they work."
Yeah, I have the blueprints in heaven, I guess.
Yeah, if you disarm one of them, it'll set off the other 2.
And he's like, so I don't think that Autonomy is as smart as I am, because this bomb will probably just destroy everything. This bomb's just going to destroy the planet.
These people did not realize how big a bomb they built and how big the explosion would be, because they couldn't test it. It's going to be bad. Not only is it going to destroy all of Ellendale, but it probably is going to get to Bilming as well. So.
But he specifically says Autonomy was wrong about it. And so if Autonomy didn't know, why does he know? Because they're both gods. Oh, Autonomy's one god and he's 2 gods. So he is canonically better at science.
Well, no, but Autonomy does not have the magic and metals and skills of this planet memorized the way Sazed would.
Oh, it is his metals.
Yeah, he would have a familiarity that she would not have, never, like, having not really been there.
Can you imagine being like, so here's the deal. If you run an electrical pulse through those 2 pieces of my body, you will destroy multiple cities. If I took like 2 fingernails and then electrocuted them and it created a bomb, that would be wild. That would be crazy.
Yeah.
Although I guess atomic bombs, like the atom that you split, could be a human fingernail cell.
Or like a god fingernail cell.
Ooh, God's fingernails.
Yeah.
I wonder if God chews his fingernails.
I don't know. Does God have, like, nervous habits?
We're made in his image, and I chew my fingernails, so I'm going to assume he does too.
But I don't chew my fingernails.
I know, but he would have all of our habits.
That would be a nightmare. Oh my God. God is not mentally well.
No.
Yeah. No, that sounds awful.
Canonically, not well.
If he has every nervous tic and every mental disorder and every crippling anxiety from anyone who is made in his image, no wonder he can't do anything. He is in hell all the time.
Well, yeah, I mean, he was like, I'm going to send my son down, they're going to violently murder him, and they're going to be forgiven all of their sins because of that.
Because he just couldn't deal with guilt, I guess.
Yeah. It's a strange strategy, but it's what God went with. Brother Armand says, also call back to our nukes where we thought they might ignite the atmosphere, but we still did it. Boy, did we. We blew up so many of them. So,
wild.
Chapter 70, we cut over to Steris, and they're running shit. Some Ghostbloods show up, and the Ghostbloods are all steel pushers? I was a little confused. I thought the Ghostbloods that would show up in Elendil would have different powers, but apparently they all fly, implying that they're all coin shots. So everywhere else the Ghostbloods have different powers, but the Elendil Ghostbloods are all coin shots. Which is interesting.
They're common, I guess.
Or one of them is a Radiant and flew them all.
Oh, that's interesting. That could be, yeah.
People for years were thinking they were Skybreakers. Yeah.
Or that, yeah.
But they're either all flying, they might be spiked.
That's true.
I don't think
Kelsier has
Kelsier's
no problems using Hemalurgy.
But he's not... I thought he wasn't using it yet.
No, I'm pretty sure he would be.
The problem is, if they are Skybreakers, how are they using Stormlight here?
Yeah.
Their whole thing is unless this takes place later.
Or unless he gave them all permission to use the jars. And the jars are unlocked so they can be used anyway.
Oh, but then you would have Radiants who are here and can't do anything most of the time. Why would you have 8 Radiants here without powers?
Yeah, it'd be a little bit weird. And also they're not Asian.
I don't think you need to be Asian to be a Radiant.
I guess none of them are Alethi, yeah.
Yeah. Like, I don't think that matters. Because Sazed is a Radiant. He's literally a Skybreaker, and he can fly, and he's white.
Sazed?
Or, sorry, fucking...
Oh, Zeth.
Zeth's son, Villano.
Yeah, but Zeth is, like, the only white guy.
I know. He's the only white guy
I just mean, like,
who's a main character, but there is a whole country of his people.
And you think that his people are the World Hoppers? Maybe.
I don't know, but Sazed is not the only white guy. We meet other people who are white in those books. Risen goes and trades with them.
Yeah, they're the World Hoppers.
Or Zeth is the token white. They would be
the colonizers, you know what I mean? Like, going around to different planets and trying to take them over and save them. I don't know, I'm just saying.
But these people all walk on stone. Why would they save them? It's blasphemy. Is it blasphemy if it's not Roshar stone?
I don't know. We don't know why it's blasphemy.
Would Scadrial stone matter? Interesting questions. So the Ghostbloods fly off to go sink the ships. I've never heard this before, but it is an interesting concept that if you leave the ships above the water, when the tsunami hits, they'll become basically battering rams.
Yeah.
But if you sink them and have them sit at the bottom, they become they slow the force of the wave.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah,
I guess.
Fascinating. I wonder though if in places where like Japan, where there are earthquakes that do cause tsunamis sometimes, do they have like underwater barriers built to like stop that? If there's anywhere on Earth where we're using that as a technology right now, because I've never heard of that before, but it's a cool idea. So the Ghostbloods are going to go sink the ships. The governor is like, I give you permission. The government will pay for this if it works. And if it doesn't work, we all die. So it doesn't matter. Exactly. The government is either going to have to spend some money or everyone's dead. So whatever. They do. Yeah. Okay, cool.
And the tsunamis were not as bad as Steris thought they would be. So yeah, it's fine. Yes. Oh, yeah. They do. Okay, they do that.
I mean, that is the purpose of sand dunes. But sand dunes are above the water. I'm talking about, like, sinking things to be underwater to stop them. I understand that what sand dunes do, but that's built up all the way to the water line. Right?
I thought sand dunes were in the desert. Like the wind blows
those
sand
are
in.
also. Or no, wait. I think Victor Sana means sandbanks. They build breakwaters to break up waves from impacting coastlines. Yeah, they become underwater. Oh yeah, when the when the water level does rise, that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, interesting.
Very cool.
Cool. So yeah, the Ghostbloods are gonna go sink the ships. Chapter 71. There's also a moment where Steris is like, "You sound positively heroic." It's very cute.
Yeah.
Steris is the fucking best. I love her.
Yeah.
71. Wax and Wayne fight their way through the ship, kill a bunch of people. They get up to the controls, find out that the Ghostbloods there killed themselves because they don't want to be taken captive. Because autonomy will just blow them up in their cells anyway. So if you're gonna die, you might as well just die now.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's what happened to
Yeah.
Edwarn, right?
Yeah.
And Wayne figures out that he can stop the bomb because he's a slider. The only problem is his sliding isn't strong enough unless he can burn duralumin. And so he needs to take the cap off.
Because the speed of electricity.
Yes. What? Why are you laughing at me about
Nothing,
that?
no, it was a lot of science.
There's a lot of science. They explained a lot of stuff that I kind of went, uh-huh.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I think,
sure.
If you say so.
Whatever you say.
I don't know enough to question it.
And so, Wax goes to take out the vial. Wayne has stolen it and replaced it with a handkerchief. And Wayne takes the vial, downs it, and steel pushes Wax off the ship.
Yeah.
So that Wax can survive. We'll talk about how Wax survives later. I did not like it, but whatever. Doesn't matter. It's such a small moment. It doesn't matter. And Wayne downs the special vial that has the lerasium that was scraped from the walls of the experiment from the beginning of the book.
Yeah, Harmony's like, I don't really know how you did this, but it did work a little bit.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind for future experiments.
No, don't keep it in mind. Everybody forget about this. Nobody do this again. I'm going to lie to everyone about it working.
Or Kelsier is going to come take everything from you.
Or Kelsier's going to start blowing shit up. And Kelsier causes enough problems without blowing shit up.
Yeah.
And we get this beautiful moment where Wayne is like, you know, you could have had someone better here for the job. And Harmony's like, no, you're the best person for the job.
Yeah, you've been doing this your whole life. No one is better than you at this.
Yeah, because no one's had enough money to have access to enough bend alloy to practice as much as you did.
By investing in affordable housing.
Well, mostly from Wax's fortune for the majority of it. Recently, it's his own fortune, but for the majority of their time together, it was Wax's money that was paying for this shit. And Wayne says, hey man, like, will this give me forgiveness? And Harmony is just like, no, man.
It's like, Wax already told you this, but I think you need to hear it from God,
There was an incredible scene earlier in this book where we talked this through.
Were you not there? Did you not hear him?
And Wayne asks for a hat. Sazed obviously doesn't wear a hat. And this is what broke me. This is what made me cry. It wasn't really Wayne dying on its own. It was that Sazed gives him the earrings and the like vestments of the terrace culture from the past. And Sazed, this castrated man who was so obsessed with whether or not his people would survive, gets to, in this final moment, give his cultural vestments to a terrace man who is going to die to save the planet so that the terrace people can live on. Mm-hmm. And it's being Terrace that gives him the ability to save the world. Yeah. That is so fucking beautiful. Yeah. And the connection between the Terrace line from Sazed to Wayne and that Sazed gives him the earrings. It broke me, man. I was just weeping. Yeah. I was weeping at the earrings. And what it meant for them. And I just loved it so much. Yeah. Just say that little thing. You know? Yeah. It was a really beautiful callback to Era 1 and what that means for
say Zed as much as it means for Wayne, even though Wayne doesn't, like, understand in that way.
Well, more Tindwyl to Wayne. Yeah, fair. But,
Yeah,
the
she's part
culture
of it.
and Tindwyl might be his ancestor.
Yeah, I guess you never know.
Yeah, I mean, they don't know. They don't know who their kids were, right? Because she was used as a breeding, like, yeah. Her kid, and honestly, 300 years later, if the Terrace mostly stuck to themselves for even a portion of that, almost all the Terrace would be related to a few Terrace people from the past,
in some
right?
way, yeah.
So he is probably literally Tindwyl's descendant.
Yeah.
And yeah. Philip says, so what's your take on this basically being the ending to Dark Knight Rises if Batman didn't survive? It is the way that Dark Knight Rises should have ended, with Batman dying. I don't like that movie. I talked about it in the reaction. I did do some extra work on Dark Knight Rises, so I did work on that movie. But
that movie paid some bills. But
it did. I got punched in the face on that set. Accidentally. No one was mad. It was just a bad stunt moment. I don't like a lot of the decisions they make in that movie. And I think this is the better version of it. That Batman should have died. Should have just sacrificed himself. It would have been a better moment. It was the end of the franchise anyway. There was no reason for him to live. The way that it's handled here is fucking perfect. I don't know why you would do dumb shit like that.
Yeah.
James Ross says,
perfect.
Yeah. James Ross says, would you say all the frustration with Wayne pays off? Yes.
Yeah. I think seeing Wayne from book 1 to here was an incredible journey.
I think there are problems with the arc of it, not with the beginning and the end. The middle is done in a way that's weird. I think the 6-year time gap is the biggest problem I have with this as an era. Mm-hmm. I think the fact that all of Wayne's friends let his behavior go on for 6 years, and then we're like, hey, maybe you shouldn't do this because the book's about to end, is really strange.
I think they just did it to have it on page. Is really what I think.
I understand that, but it makes their behavior insane.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I understand why it's like, well, this is when the book takes place,
mm-hmm.
but I do think that it is a detriment to all the characters to have them have, like, Wayne be treating Alejandro the way that he is for 6 years before
mm-hmm.
they say something. It's just so weird. It doesn't track.
It's not
to
6
me.
years. It's like 20.
Well, no, but between Bands of Mourning and now, when Renette is like, I'm going to try and have a relationship with this man, that for 6 years she tries to have a relationship but lets this happen, mm-hmm. is very odd to me. And it doesn't work. And I think that the time skip, other than giving Wax kids, I don't know what it accomplishes other than to make some elements of the book feel very strange. Like the fact that people are putting up with Wayne. Obviously his fortune growing, I guess, makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. I think that Era 2 has some weirdnesses in how it gets to where it's going, but where it gets to is great.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
We have a moment where we bop over to Marcy, and who feels something in the mist, and then Steris, who's on the docks of Elendel and is looking out towards the ship. Wayne and Harmony work together to speed bubble the devices.
Yeah.
And slow down light.
And then Wayne dies in an explosion.
Yeah.
Chapter 72. Wax is bobbing in the ocean. He watches the ship blow up, and he has to say goodbye to Wayne. Thank you to Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
And then Hoyd shows up and is like, your carriage, sir. Sure. Why? Sure. Why not?
Yeah, why not? You seem to think that there is a why not, but I don't really. Why not?
No, it's that the only reason for this is why not. It's so.
It's fine.
It's fine. But why is Hoyd here at all? Like, why is Hoyd in Mistborn Era 2? Is so frustrating to me.
Oh, in Mistborn Era 2, because he's trying to fuck with Kelsey.
Show up. It's just to show up. Like, it's just to show up and to be like, oh, Hoyd showed up. All right, I guess.
Yeah, he's ever present. He likes Scatgirl.
It's just the member berries shit. And I just, it was fine. Whatever. It didn't need it. Hoyd's main power is to be where he is needed. That is his literal power. It's so stupid. I'm sorry. That's a dumb power. To just be places, so that you can have this character that connects the Cosmere.
Oh, it's fun.
This isn't an Easter egg, James Ross. He's bobbing in the water, and Hoyd pulls up in a ship. A boat.
Yeah, but if you haven't read Stormlight, you don't know who Hoyd is, so it is kind of an Easter egg.
I know, but you're like, why? I don't know. It doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. This use of Hoyd bugs me. The use of Hoyd in Era 2 bugs me. From the coin in Bands of Mourning. I don't mind him when he's literally a carriage driver, whatever.
There are moments. I don't think in this book it's ever, like, out of left field. I was like, oh, Hoyd the carriage driver picks him up one last time. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, okay, yeah, okay. It's fine.
He would have had to have left before the bomb went off, which means that he knew it was going to happen. It's fine.
I'm sure Sazed told him.
Linus Fiction points out my exact problem with this. He may have had other reasons for being in Era 2. If it's not a part of the story, I don't give a shit. I don't need characters to be present. It's my problem with the Malwish. Like, all of this world building goes into the Malwish being part of this world, and they don't matter at all. It is so that they can fly an airship in the end of book 3 for a few seconds. And other than that, the Malwish are entirely inconsequential to this plot. I wanted the Malwish to be relevant here, and they are just not. It is just world building in the background to be world building that doesn't intersect with fucking anything.
Yeah.
And it's the same with, like, this ongoing almost civil war in all of these books. Never goes fucking anywhere. It drives me a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
The world building for the sake of the Cosmere, but not for the sake of the books, is what feels crazy. And it's because it's so obviously for the Cosmere and not for these books that it grates me a little bit.
Okay.
That I'm like, I see that you want this to be part of an interconnected thing. I get that. But it doesn't need to feel this, like, disconnected in its interconnectedness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Chapter 73.
Yeah.
Steris and the governor watch the explosion. They're obviously happy that it wasn't anywhere near them.
Yeah.
And Steris is like, okay, but there will be a tsunami. So we've done our best. We still got to get everybody away from the docks. And
I love the line, because he's like, oh, I thought you were going to want to stay. She's like, let's get into the city. And she's like, oh, no, you don't have to go down with the city if the city's not going down. And I was like, that's a great fucking line. Yeah, that's a banger.
Yeah. She's like, wax. Well done. Chapter 74. Wayne has a moment because he's highly invested where he has a little chat with Harmony before he moves on. And they see autonomy, like, kind of disintegrate from the planet.
Yeah.
Kind of fucks off and goes away. Doesn't mean she's gone forever. But for now, this is a good thing.
Yeah. I thought we were going to see Telsin here. I really did.
Telsin's been dead a while in a weird way. Like, I wonder if she's, like...
What do you mean she's been dead a while?
Well, she's been dead and her body's only being able to be operated because of autonomy's power.
No, she dies when autonomy pulls out, but she's still aware.
Still aware. I don't know how the soul works in this...
Yeah.
In this world.
It would have been interesting for Wayne to, like, look over and see Telsin there with, like, Marsh being the one that escorts her to death.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a great conversation. That ends with, obviously, the dumbest question possible.
Wayne's like, I was the hero. I fucking did it. I'm the best constable ever.
Oh, throughout all of this, Wayne is talking about the Mesa. The story from the prologue.
Yeah.
I honestly should have seen it foreshadowed in that Wayne is the one that hears the story as a kid, and then he keeps thinking that Wax is the one living that story. Turns out he's the one living that story.
Yeah.
I like that as a device to frame the book. I actually think it's strong. I don't know why, after all their adventures, Wayne finally clued into that story this time. It's a little,
I do wish that, like, the storytelling from his mother had just been a part of his character for the first 3 books.
Yeah.
Because then I think it would have made a little more sense, or it would have connected a little bit better. It is one of those, like, things where, like, clearly Era 2 was not planned out in the way that others were, and so there's a little bit of that missing, but it doesn't, didn't ruin it by any means. Victor, thank you for that super chat. To explain the Malwish, a lot of it was moved from Era 3 here to set up. Era 3 pitched 1980s Cold War espionage. It's here to set up that. I mean, yeah, okay. It again feels out of place and not connected to anything here, so I think maybe it would have been better just to set it up in Era 3, but
or to just I think that one of the things about Mistborn Era 2 that I feel is that it's just too many things are being set up here to be set up. Like the Ghost Bloods, the world hopping, the amount of Cosmere interconnectedness, and trying to set the I think he should have chosen a lane between trying to do all this Cosmere stuff or trying to set up for Mistborn Era 3.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes this book that I do enjoy quite a bit, there are sections of it where it's like, okay, we're going to put the book on hold for a second because we have to go set up stuff for other
world
books.
World building for the future, yeah.
And
yeah.
I think that that's consistent across Mistborn Era 2. It's
fine.
Yeah.
I don't think it helps the book in any way. Again, it's one of those moments that takes you out of the book more than it does drive you into it, right?
Yeah. And I think that when people say Mistborn Era 2 is the weakest part of the Cosmere right now, I think that's
fair.
I think that that's some of where they're coming from.
100%.
Because I do think that when these books focus on their characters, they're very strong.
Yeah.
It's when they start to get pulled out, even Bands of Mourning, the stuff I don't like about it is Hoyd showing up and just giving them a key.
Mm-hmm.
And that is outside of the book stuff.
Yeah.
And so I think that when the characters are doing stuff, I think these books are great, which is why even Moonlight, yes, she's a world hopper, but she feels like she's integral to this plot and is dedicated to this plot.
Mm-hmm.
And so she doesn't feel as much like this sort of random world building thing because she is actively doing things in the plot of this book to move us forward and to save the day.
Yeah.
And that feels like a better way of doing that world building. Moonlight feels better than some of the other elements of it that just feel like they're just sort of plopped here because it's they're going to need to know this later, and I don't want it to feel random later. So I'll put it... so it's going to feel random here, so it doesn't feel random later.
Yeah.
It's just a weird balancing act.
Yeah.
That's the end of the book.
Yeah,
Crazy.
Wayne dies.
Should we do Smut Corner? We didn't do it last week.
We're not going to come early. Epilogue 1 is Marcy 10 hours after the bomb goes off. And
she gets back to Ellendale on a train.
Yeah.
And Ellen and Alex there.
Yeah. He's like, hey, Wayne is dead.
Yeah.
And she's like, you know what? I'm going to let myself believe that he might come back one day so I don't have to deal with this right now.
And thank God he doesn't. So she goes to talk to the Ghost Bloods. She heads right there. Feels like this could have waited a day. It feels like, there's a lot going on at the moment. But she goes to the Ghost Bloods, and she's like, hey.
Hey, Kelsier, it's the Lord Survivor.
Jesus, nice to meet you. I'm gonna turn you down. So sorry. I want a job in the government.
Yeah, you're not gonna let me reveal any information that might help people and save lives outside of this room? Oh, okay, well, that's gonna be a problem
and
for me,
so I'm gonna go work in the government where I have to keep secrets and can't reveal things constantly because it could...
What are you talking about?
The government doesn't just... The government keeps things confidential. You're not...
And I don't know if they do in this world.
Well, I mean, this government definitely does because they've been corrupt the whole way through.
Yeah, the set does, and she sees that and is like, clearly, that's a bad way to do things, so I want to actually make a difference and help people. I don't
think that any police force is 100% transparent at all times, right? There is an element of
she acknowledges.
We will be transparent when we can be.
Yeah, but if she works for the Ghost Bloods, she's not going to be able to be honest with anyone, the people, the government, and the friends she has in her life. And is like, you know what? I can make the world a better place in a way that I understand better, that I feel confident in, and that relies on me making the right choices.
Sure, no, I agree with that. Yeah.
Right, because if she's in the Ghost Bloods, she has to rely on Kelsier's grand vision for making the right choices. And Marcy's like, actually, you know what? No, I believe in myself enough to think that even if I don't have all of the information, I can still do the best that I can.
Yeah, I just think that it might be for the best to not tell everyone that an evil god is attacking immediately when it's happening. There are some times where some lines are actually valuable.
Yeah, sure. I don't think Maricy's going to publish all of her daily doings to the general populace, but I think that she's going to have the people that she works with and trusts and is going to share information in a way that actually is helpful to people, whereas the Ghostbloods are just too secretive.
But what if the people you work with and trust are the Ghostbloods, and those are the people that you're not allowed to lie to?
Sorry, what?
I
say that again.
This doesn't matter. I'm just being pedantic to be pedantic. I just find being like, I want to be open with everyone. And Kelsey's like, okay, well, we don't do that because we're open with each other, but we just don't tell everybody everything because sometimes we have to like do stuff to fight evil gods that, you know, it has to be a secret or else the evil god finds out what we're doing. And she's like, okay, well then I'm gonna go be a cop.
Well, it doesn't matter. Like, right. The evil gods are fucking omnipotent. They can see everything, so whatever.
Yeah.
At that point, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think that there is a element of what the Ghostbloods are doing in her life as a police officer, and she's just deciding which group she's deciding to keep secrets with.
Or the amount of secrets that she is willing to keep, right? Yeah, if she goes into the government, she's not able to share every single detail of everything. If she goes into the Ghostbloods, she has to live in secrecy her whole life for everyone.
Again, she is already going to do that.
Why?
Because she's not going to go tell everyone about the Ghostbloods.
Well, yeah. What do you think? She's just gonna like publish like every time she takes a shit? Like there are things that you can keep secret.
This is my point. That's 100% my point.
That there is a line that she has drawn for herself, and you consider it to be silly and arbitrary, and I consider it to be meaningful and arbitrary.
I don't think it is silly and arbitrary. I think that the scope of the enemy is worthy of consideration of what is public information and what isn't. I think that the more dangerous the foe is, the harder you have to work to fight them. And that sometimes fighting evil gods and where information is power means that information must be kept a little bit under the vest. Mm-hmm. And that's how I feel about it. I don't think Maricy's wrong to do what she does. I think it is weird for this book to end with her saying no, because we built towards something the whole book, and then she's just like, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing, is essentially what she says.
Yeah, she finds a confidence in herself to make the decisions and how she can best help people, right? That's always 100%. Been her goal, is helping people. And she thought that maybe she would find that in the Ghostbloods, but I don't think that she agrees with what they do. And she makes a note that Kelsier famously has a problem with authority and like working with governments or police systems, and that even in a situation where that might be the right thing to do, he probably won't.
Yeah, I think that one of the things here depends on... I think that the difference between us might be how we feel about police systems in general and their ability to do good, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I think that I am not the most pro cop person in the world. And so I think that in being like, we're trying to stop evil gods from taking over, I think Maricy later on, when she's like, I want to be governor, is much more in the vein of like trying to make people's lives better.
Well, that's what she realizes.
Oh, sure, but that's not what she realizes here. She's like, I'm gonna go back and work with the constables, and I'm going, well, that's...
She knows that there's something else. Like, in this moment, she realizes that it's not what she wants or how she wants to do it, and then realizes that is because she thinks she can do her best as governor.
100%, and it does get there.
Yeah,
but in this moment, she's not thinking about the governor later. Right now, she's like, I'm going to go back to being a constable, and my response to that is like, I guess that is helping people, maybe. But that's also doing a lot of things that don't help people.
You were thinking cops in our world, in our day-to-day, and this is just not that, right? Maricy has helped a lot of people. She has made a difference. She has gained the respect of
She's made a difference doing a lot of shit that's a secret.
Yeah, and Maricy is not trying to share every detail of everything with everyone. You are taking this to the extreme.
I'm not taking it to the extreme.
Absurd.
I'm not taking it to the extreme.
Absurd.
She She's kept a lot of secrets from Wax and Wayne. She just keeps a lot of secrets. Look, I'm just saying, okay, there's a lot of shit that she keeps secret from Reddy.
Okay, if the Illuminati was real, you'd be like, yeah, it's the difference of the level of secrets that like the government keeps versus the fucking Illuminati. Like it's completely different. Like they are like oceans apart.
I hear what you're saying. I do hear what you're saying, but within this book, they went to a secret lab and made a bomb and then didn't tell anyone about it. The only people...
Because they have been go. This book takes place over several days, right?
All right.
Wax has said he shares his findings with the universities.
Yeah, and you know what he's never going to share? Together. That the harmonium blows up the Trillium because because God literally does not want them to share that information.
Well, yeah, okay, if you were like...
I'm just saying, if God says
okay, but that is completely different than joining the Ghost Bloods and keeping every aspect about everything in the Cosmere a secret. From everybody. They're just so different. I can't believe that you are conflating them.
I'm not conflating them.
You're
Obviously,
acting
the Ghost Bloods are more extreme version.
Similar.
But Marcy being like, I just want to be honest with people. And I'm like, it's not a decision between being honest and being secretive. It's how many secrets do I want to keep is what I'm saying the decision is.
Yeah, and when given the choice, when they interrupt the sting, when the sting gets double sting, right?
Yeah.
She has the choice of what information and how much to share, and she leads with honesty, and that is what gets her the ally in the room with the fucking governor, who's a cunt, and, like, helps them, like, have a case that they can escape.
You're right.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're wrong about that.
You're just acting like her decision is very silly.
I don't think it's silly.
Okay.
It's not silly. Silly is not the word I would use. I think that... I think the amount of time put into it in this book is... into, like, the, like, building up the Ghostblood decision. Mm-hmm. For it to just be like, nah, I'm out. Felt a little bit like a dead end.
I love what that says about her character.
I love that she wants to be governor later. I do. I just think that in the way that these books... these books are playing this game... This Cosmere... I like the way it's used in this book. Mm-hmm. I don't like the way it's used for the Cosmere. Is what I'm saying.
It gives us information about the Ghost Bloods, and then also gives Marcy character growth in the epilogue.
Because it was an opportunity to build a Ghost Bloods character that could be a connective tissue that I would really give a shit about.
So you just want this to be more Cosmere connected in more other books?
No, the book is so Cosmere connected that I want that to mean something, and it doesn't. It's just information as opposed to an emotional connection. If you could give me an emotional connection to the Ghost Bloods in other stories moving forward, I would really enjoy that, as opposed to getting info dumped to a character who's not going to come back.
But Kelsier is a person that we know and that we can connect to and care about. So
Kelsier's
we kind of have
not in this book. Kelsier doesn't do anything because he can't do things.
But you want
Marcy could be an agent that we could follow in future things.
You want a Ghost Bloods character that connects to the greater Cosmere.
I know, but Kelsier cannot do things. Kelsier is the Grand Poobah who, like, is sitting behind screens and, like, that I know I like Kelsier. I don't say I don't like Kelsier. Mm-hmm. I don't think Kelsier is going to be a POV character world hopping to another world. Marcy could have been, and it would have been great because I do give a shit about her point of view in the world, and I think she's great. Mm-hmm. I don't think Kelsier can be that at this point. I think that he is going to be the sort of man in chair, like, you know.
You just want a Ghost Blood series.
It feels like this series wants to become one. The next one is called Ghost Bloods.
Sure, but even if Marcy joined the Ghost Bloods, I don't think she'd be alive for the era that it's set in. Personally, I could be wrong on that.
I don't know.
But
Embry says, you're not disappointed in her, you're just sad for yourself. Oh, I'm not disappointed in her. I think she makes a fine choice. Like, not wanting to join a secret organization is absolutely fine. And want to become governor is great. Like, she makes good choices, and I understand why she makes them. Mm-hmm. I don't understand why we built it up the way we did in the book to get to the point where she's making that choice. Where it felt like we were building up Moonlight and her as, like, a tandem team that could be something that we follow in other things. Mm-hmm. Only for it to not be that. And like, I thought she was losing Wayne as a partner to get Moonlight as a partner, and we were building this idea of, like, those two are going to go do things together. And we were building it so that we could follow them later. Mm-hmm. And I was excited about that. I liked their chemistry. And
offer to help get Moonlight back, so maybe there is something there.
Well, yeah, but she can't leave now because she's going to be governor. Like, she can't, like, go on a world hopping mission with them, right? I thought
Moonlight is here.
I just thought that the book was building something for as a launching pad for Marcy to have this adventure.
Yeah.
That she now is just not going to have.
Yeah.
And so it felt like a dead end on an idea it felt like the book was building for me. And maybe it's an idea I invented. Like, I'm open to the idea that, like, I created this idea. But we spent all of this time building up to something.
Yeah.
And the something that we built up to was, I'm not interested in that. That information is all going to be about other people, not me.
Gotcha.
Even though the book made it seem like I was investing in her going and doing this thing.
Yeah.
It felt like it was like launching something. Mm-hmm. And instead it was just information to tuck away for another time. Mm-hmm. And those are just different things to me. And the launching of something I was genuinely excited for. I got really into Marcy and Moonlight being a team. And like, I was like, oh wow, they work together really well. I like this thing. And it just is a hard stop.
Yeah.
Mad Hatter says it's kind of the same situation as Sean. I agree. It just feels like every time anyone gets close to joining the Ghostbloods who are POV characters, they don't.
Because they're going to be the bad guys.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway.
When she leaves, the guy in the mask is like, she's going to be a problem. She knows too much. And Twin Soul's like, no, shut the fuck up. We let her in.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I hope Marcy does not get hunted down. The
thing is, I don't know that Marcy knows very much that Sazed isn't aware of about the Ghostbloods. And maybe a little bit, but if Sazed talks to them all the time, at this point, like, the amount... They're aware of the Ghostbloods. Sazed knows about the Ghostbloods. He talks to Wax. I don't know that Marcy knows enough that anything has changed that Sazed wouldn't be able to share with them. So I don't think it's as big a deal as the Malwish guy thinks.
Yeah. Steris, Epilogue 2, takes Wax home and
from the hospital.
Goes over her therapy notes and really helps him feel better about Wayne's death. She's even got some quotes. I don't know. That one honestly might just be that she wanted him to grab her butt. Like, that's totally valid.
Yeah.
But it was also appropriate for
Wife
the moment.
tax, I get it.
And yeah, and it helps them remember Wayne and keep his memory alive.
I liked the guilt of Wax being like, he didn't need a spike when he got one, and if he hadn't had it, he couldn't have seal pushed me. Because he doesn't know that Wayne became a Mistborn at the end.
Yeah.
And it's so late. Sorry. We've talked a lot today.
Yeah. I told Holly because she texted about Costco, and I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna be
a few minutes.
Yeah.
He doesn't know about Wayne becoming a Mistborn, but also the guilt is just very interesting, and he's proud of Wayne and like has that feeling of like he did it, but
he's always been Wayne's protector. Yeah.
And Wax, they have a beautiful moment with their kids, and Steris gets offered a job as the like disaster coordinator,
preparations officer. Yeah, it was great.
She's like, "Is this what it means to be happy?"
Yeah, she's like, "Wait, I actually might like this. This
what
could
is
be
this
fun."
Feeling so sudden and new?
Yeah, I love it.
Because she thought she was gonna get asked to be the like vice governor. She's like, "I don't want that.
Yeah.
I just want to sit in a little office and think about bad things."
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because that helps calm her anxieties, and I'm happy for her. Epilogue 3 is Alriandra, which I forgot who that is.
I forgot her name.
Yeah, oopsie. This is the person who is the daughter of the man that Wayne murdered, and she's having a rough time. Her school for her daughter is very expensive. She's like, I'm going to send her to the best school.
Well, and she has a bunch of debts from her failed art studio.
Yeah. She's like, is it really worth sending her to the best school if I have people coming to fucking collect money and we're living in squalor? But she's doing her best. Mm-hmm. And Wayne's accountants, investing accountants, advisors, whatever.
The executors of his will.
Yeah, they arrive to be like, oh yeah, so like Wayne is dead.
Oh, and she's been like, he's late with payment. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, she's been relying on it. Yeah,
which is so sad. Like,
oh, it's been years and years and years. Like, like.
Oh, I know, but it's still sad. Like, it's sad to think about it becoming normalized for her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
and in the moment where she finds out she's dead, she's like, I should be glad. And then she finds that she isn't.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and I think it's beautiful that, she's...
Revenge doesn't heal anyone.
Yeah.
And
But now she's worth 100 million boxings, so...
Yeah.
I love that Wayne didn't give anything to anybody else, except he put aside $500,000 to fuck with Wax.
No. He put aside that money to fuck with Wax
and
to build Renette's guns range laboratory.
Yeah. But cute,
Yeah.
Wax like, how long could this go on for? Well, you know that it might be probably like $100,000 for Renette, but it's $400,000 on ideas to fuck with Wax forever.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, love that.
Fucking incredible.
Yeah. Epilogue 4 is Kelsier and Sazed have some silent time together.
Yeah.
They talk about Marsh. Marsh is okay because they also got some adium dust,
which apparently will keep him alive for a while. I guess he can't have been burning through it that fast all these years. So.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't have that much, so it's good for now.
It's a Marsh will return in Mistborn Era 3.
Yeah. Yeah, but Kelsier is like, yo, Sazed, I don't think that you're good enough at this job. I think that the planet's in trouble, the planet is in danger, and that you are refusing to do anything to help.
Well, and he's right? Like, Sazed is, barring what we talked about earlier, which we've talked enough, but I do think that Kelsier is, at the very least, right about the fact that Sazed is so disharmonious that there is a legitimate problem.
Yeah, there is clearly a problem, and even Sazed's like, well, I have it under control, which then implies that there is a problem that Kelsier is worried about. And
because Kelsier's point of like, why did you let it go so long?
Yeah.
Like the 6-year time gap is partially just because Sazed didn't do anything earlier.
Yeah.
Right? And like in that case, the 6-year time gap does kind of help explain Sazed's behavior of like him being so out of it that he can't interact well.
Yeah.
But I'm really curious to see what the like stalled out Sazed means for Mistborn Era 3 as we move into it, and like what the long-term ramifications are.
Or if he'll be less stalled and more ruin because the ruin shadow thingy, right? Like, right?
Or if he splits.
Yeah.
Oof.
And maybe the answer is to have one preservation and one ruin, and that bringing them together is... Well, again...
Well, no, because then ruin wants to kill everybody.
No, they have to bring Atium back.
They need to bring a third god.
They need a third.
Yeah, they need to be a
solve their
throuple.
marriage.
They need to bring cultivation in and be cultivation, preservation, and ruin. Because if you're all three, then you could find balance.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Epilogue 5. Kelsier ends by being like, I'm going to do anything to save Scadrial.
Yeah.
Epilogue 5 is just a beautiful moment of Renette and Jaxie returning from their honeymoon.
Yeah.
They
missed all the construction, lucky them, of their place.
Also, they honeymooned in the Malwish country,
which is kind of weird because it seems like there's still high tensions because of what happened with the bands, but
it's like honeymooning in Russia right now. Like, that was a choice.
Yeah,
beautiful.
Sure.
Like lots to do there, but
go for it, I guess.
Yeah. And it ends with Renette being like, I'm gonna miss him. He was the most fun person to shoot.
Yeah.
Epilogue 6, we get Milan finding out that Wayne died and that she really did care about him. Those feelings were more genuine than she was able to admit, which is why she left.
Yeah. And
it's a beautiful little scene, and she's saving some random people in Shadesmar from something. She's not in Roshar Shadesmar, though.
No.
Which is weird. One of the things that's weird about Shadesmar is that as you travel from different planes of Shadesmar, or not planes, but from like parts of Shadesmar to other parts, what you're on changes. Like some places it's beads, some places it's water, you know? Like, you have to have a boat that can handle different elements.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Really, really loved the people were redheads. Oh, maybe they were horn eaters. I don't know. I don't think it's confirmed they are horn eaters, but yeah. I did like that Milan really broke that her feelings were more genuine than I think that we believed them to be.
And then she let herself believe, right? Because... Yeah. It's really tough if you're like an immortal being.
And I'm going to be looking for Milan fucking everywhere from now on.
Yeah. Last epilogue is a completed bronze statue of Wayne. and they've made the hats interchangeable, which I think is the best part of it.
Wax finds a frog in his pocket.
Yeah, Wax has set aside...
Wayne has set aside.
Sorry, Wayne has set aside 400,000 boxings approximately to fuck with Wax. Forever. So...
I love that he said, and the people who are doing it are so nice about it.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the awkwardness of being like, I'm so sorry, I do have to shove this rat in your back pocket.
Yeah.
I'll be out of your hair until tomorrow.
Yeah, what a time. That's how you make sure that you have a legacy that's never forgotten, right?
Even at $10 a day, you could fuck with Wax every day for the rest of his life.
Yep.
Because he's what, like 50 now? Like...
Yep.
Marcy shows up and is like, I'm going to be the ambassador to the Malwish. I wonder if she's... No, she won't be the ambassador to the Malwish in 100, whenever.
No, that'll be long over, but it is a great step into becoming the mayor.
And so Marsh shows up just to really confirm that Wayne is dead, and I appreciated this.
Yes.
I appreciated Brandon being like,
dead.
I don't want people to think there's a rug pull. He's dead.
Shut up, he's dead. I promise he's dead. And then Wax gets a note from Harmony that's like, hey, I am sorry for things and that I interfered and the pain, and it won't happen again.
Yeah. That's the end of the book. It's pretty fucking good. I love that the hats on the statue are interchangeable.
It is the best part, honestly.
Yeah. I love that. They're going to change it every year.
Yeah.
I want them to make new hats down the line as like costumes change or as like clothing changes throughout the time.
Yeah, it stays fashionable.
They keep updating Wayne's hat.
They give him a party hat from RuneScape when they invent RuneScape as a video game.
They put a party hat on him for his birthday every year.
Yeah.
They change out for Wayne's birthday. There's someone whose job it is to go and like put a birthday hat on him.
Yeah. Brother Arman, if there is a theory with CZ, I would drop that in the questions channel in the
talk about it next
Discord, just so that the mods can go through it and make sure that there is no spoilers or of information that maybe we don't have.
Yeah.
But we're gonna open the questions channel today. I'm actually gonna do that right now while we finish talking.
Yeah, Space Helmets, Blue Sun eventually. Yeah, we'll talk about it next week. We're gonna do high-low now. We do our highs and our lows to commiserate over each other's lows, celebrate each other's highs. Because that's how my family blended. Clara says her high, then I do my low. She has her low, I do my high. We compliment sandwich this beach. And this book deserves it. It's a really good book. I have like little quibbles with some of the structure of it, but other than that, I think it's a really enjoyable read with a really emotional gut punch ending that I quite liked. I hope that came across.
Yeah.
Clarence, what is your high for the book?
My high is definitely like the so tough. I was like, it's definitely this. And I was like, nah, but this is also good. There are so many incredible moments in this book, but I'll give it... I'll give it to Wayne dying and exploding the bomb. And is like, wait, I am the hero.
Blue's taking care of the question channel.
Oh, Blue, thank you. I was like, oh shit, I gotta delete all the things and then open it up. Thank you, Blue. Appreciate it. Well, that'll be open in a few minutes for you guys. But yeah, it was really emotionally impactful.
Yeah.
And I think what really makes it my high is that it made me love Wayne's arc, Wayne's journey, how he got there, where he started. Like, having that end for a character who I have not loved all through the middle is hard to do, and it was very well done. What is your low?
I wish the final conversation with Autonomy had been a little bit stronger. It felt a little like it being like Harmony through like just disconnecting Telsin just felt a little bit anticlimactic. Everything around it was so good. Mm-hmm. The fight with Dumont and Gertrude was great, and then the boat stuff was great. And so yeah, just that scene on the roof in the middle just sort of being a little bit of a like more of a like speed bump than a scene.
Yeah.
Wasn't my favorite.
Yeah, fair.
But it didn't really matter because everything else was so good. But the final thing with him and Telsin, I wanted that to really hit. And she felt kind of petty and small. And just less interesting than I wanted her to be.
Yeah, I think maybe my low is similar in that I wish that we had gotten more from like who was invading, like who this army was. through the portal. Like, where was it? Like, I wish we had gleaned a little more information from that, but that's really about it.
Save it for another book.
Yeah, what's your high?
I am going to say the beer scene on the billboard. It's my favorite scene in Mistborn Era 2.
Yeah, I knew you were going to take that one, so it's like, oh.
There was a real vulnerability to it. And, you know, Wax is being like, you are not the man. It's just such a powerful, true thing, right? Like,
yeah.
You know, and we talked about this after the reading of it, and I said, like, you know, I often say I'm so grateful that you and I did not start dating any earlier than we did. Not because I don't wish I could have had more time with you. I do. I wish, you know, I want all the time in the world with you. I love you and you're my life. But I wasn't ready. Like, I wasn't the man that I was when we started dating 5 years earlier. And that 10 years between when we were in a dance company together and when we started dating, where we did not see each other one time, I needed those 10 years to become the man that could have married you. Yeah. That would have been worthy of marrying you, and that could have, you know, earned your love. And I'm so grateful for those 10 years because I am not the man that I was in those 10 years. And I wasn't when we started dating. And I love that sentiment, and I love that what that means for Wayne. And I don't think just becoming a different person is forgiveness, but I think that Wayne became a different person too because he wanted to be forgiven. And I don't think that he gets to be forgiven because the man is just always going to be dead. Like, it's one of those things where, like, it just always is. But we all have black marks on our souls that are just always are. But it is who we become. It's the shell we put around those. It's why I'm a big believer in the prison system being a reform system and not a punishment system, because I do think people can change.
Yeah.
I just think that the prisons that we have right now are so punishing that and we're so punishing when people get out of prison. The halfway houses and parole and the system is designed to make it so hard to reintegrate that it's this add-on punishment where it should be helpful. It should be celebratory. We should be cherishing people when they come out of prison.
Yeah.
And really building up, like, you have gone through this process of rehabilitation. Let's reintegrate you. And instead, it's always this, like, well, you were a felon. And so we want to punish you forever.
Yeah. Even
though the goal of you spending 5 years in prison was supposed to be the punishments that you could come be one of us again, right? And I just think that, like, globally, we have, not globally, because there are countries that do it the right way. But here we have this, you know, some of my friends and loved ones are felons. And they did terrible things. And they are wonderful people now. And they were like 18 and they fucked up, right? They did a hit and run at 18 and it was the worst moment of their life. And they paid for it. They already paid for it. They did the punishment. We don't need to keep punishing them forever for it, especially if they have done the work, right? You hear these stories of these people who go to prison and then they lead book groups and they lift other prisoners up. They do the work of joining society again. And when they get out, they can never, like, no one wants to hire them. No one wants to treat them like a person because they're a felon. And it makes me so sad because I think that there's so much good humanity that gets lost in our inability to look past this past action that they have been punished for. And my problem with Wayne throughout these books is that I feel like he is still doing stuff that deserves to be corrected, right? That society would deem negative. But I do think there's a beauty in the course correction he finds in this book, and I did love it, and it's so much in that conversation with him and Wax, and I just adored it. Yeah, 100%.
Rand on Bridge 4, welcome to the Nerds Radiant. Thank you for being here.
Oh my god, Rand on Bridge 4 would have been bad.
Nightmare.
Kelsier led Bridge 4 to greatness. Rand would have led them to evil destruction.
Well, it depends which Rand, which version we get.
Yeah. Y'all, if you liked the video, like, subscribe to the channel. If you don't, hit the dislike button. Leave me a comment down below because the algorithm goddess hungry. We must feed her this episode. That algorithm goddess is... You don't get to choose. It's Steris. I'm choosing. It's the best girl. She saved the fucking city.
Absolutely.
If you want to follow us around the internet, you can. I'm at nerdynightly.
I'm at Claris Polaris.
Smut Corner. Steris and Wax have like 3 more kids because they be fucking.
Yeah. They like can't help themselves. Yeah. You know.
Also, Marcy and Alec.
Oh my god.
First interracial fucking on an airship.
On an airship. Oh,
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
When they're flying down to be governor, they have a private room. Join the Mile High Club.
Damn. Yeah, they invent the Mile High Club.
The Malwish never considered it until they were on a ship, and they were like, the Malwish are like, that's Alex, like, that's not a Malwish thing, and she's like, well, I'm not Malwish, Alec.
Yeah.
Boom,
so they invent the Mile High Club.
We're gonna mix cultures here. She's like, I know Steris and Wax fuck in the air. I want to fuck you in the air to get one over on my sister.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Honestly, happy for them, and so much chocolate.
So much, oh my god, hot chocolate and the Mile High Club.
Mm-hmm.
I would not drink hot chocolate on an airship.
Yeah, no.
It depends on how smooth they are, but that could be dangerous.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody. Thank you very much.
Bye, guys. See you next week.
It's only 2:28. We did it. Bye.
Bye.